Voices are heard, and the real starts here. Unity voices, different views, breaking it down so we all say clear. Honest conversations live right here. Speak your truth, let it be known. This is the space where your voice has a home. No judgment here, just real and clear. Real talk with Tamara, the real starts here. Real talk with Tamara. Real people. Real stories. Real truth.
Hello, everyone. How is everybody doing? I got home just in time as I was aiming to. How are you all doing this evening? I see the Black Barbie. I see Little Vegas. I see other people that's in the background. But how's everybody doing this morning? Y'all know, I mean, not this morning, but this evening. Y'all know we normally wait 5 minutes to let everybody start tuning in. Okay. And what we're going to do today, I'm going to do something after I finish, talking, commentating. Hey, Angel, the real boss. I'm going to open up the phone line. Y'all know I found the phone, child. So I'm going to open up the phone line a little bit later on and let you all call in, okay, if that's okay, so that y'all can, give your take on this situation. I know I kind of been missing in action, y'all. I'm behind in one of my classes, and I'm almost caught up. Okay, I'm almost caught up. So when I get off tonight, I'm gonna do the last little couple of the last little couple of plays that I have to watch. Hey, Miss Rochelle. But y'all know we just waiting. We're giving everybody the opportunity to come on up in here. I feel when I'm not on here, and I've been going, hey, OG Magnard. I kind of feel like I don't know. I kind of feel, hey, it's Naya, Miss Nisi. Y'all make sure you like for me, okay? Make sure you please like and subscribe. I'm gonna be on out for tonight because I got all of my signs. So I know on tomorrow I'm gonna be really, really busy. So we're gonna talk about this thing. Hey, Miss Lex. Anyways, you guys, I want to talk about it's over for Pooh Shiesty, and Gucci will cooperate. Okay, we saw, that Gucci dropped his Hold on, people send me messages. Let's see. I don't know who that is, Kim. Hey, Justice for Dolph. Gucci dropped his diss song, okay. And when I was listening to Art Horn, y'all, Art Horn is very crafty. Okay, he is crafty. He's a cool person, but Art is very crafty. I was thinking about how, and I like Art, okay, but I was thinking about how some of the people around the Memphis area, especially people that a lot of the activists, okay, they're starting to have issues with him and a few more lawyers, because what they're doing is they feel like, and I have to say allegedly, but where there's smoke, there's fire. Art and a few more other attorneys, okay, they've started pushing a lot of these young lawyers. They used to work in their law firms and all of that, and they're pushing them and putting money behind them when they run for judge, and they're winning. Okay. And so when they go into, when Art and them go into their courtrooms and stuff, a lot of these lawyers have not been lawyers long enough. They don't even really know the law like that, right? And so I was looking at some of the activists, and Art Horn was one of the names that came up. And It was kind of showing proof of how they, having campaign, pushing campaign, sponsoring campaign or fundraisers for these young lawyers, and then when they get in, they get elected, and then they get them into the courtroom, okay? And once they get into the courtroom, they kind of have favor. What's up, the hitter? But anyways, you guys, it's over for Pooh Shiesty, basically. And I know a lot of people, have been saying that they feel like with Gucci, and I'm gonna talk more about our horn because our horn is our horn. I tell you, you know. Anyways, um, I don't know how well it's going to, that craftiness is going to work down in Texas. If he has to go to trial down there in Texas, and it's looking like he's going to have to. I don't think Gucci is going to back away. I know people are trying to shame Gucci into not testifying, okay, trying to shame him and saying he's a snitch. They have to understand Gucci is in a different place in his life, and I'm sure there's a lot of stuff that's on the line. And with Pusha, hey, Art Horn was even trying to do it. Hey, Art Horn, I see this as a scheme, believe it or not. And I know people try to say I try to blame everything on Yo Gotti. Let me just say this. I believe Yo Gotti tried to take out two birds with one stone, okay? Pooh Shiesty was still, I keep reiterating that, he was still not signed to him, so he was still a threat to him. Pooh Shiesty was blowing up, and he was blowing up on who label? On 1017. He was not on Yo Gotti's label at all, okay? So he was still a threat to Yo Gotti. Yo Gotti had to have known, he knew it, that Pooh Shiesty was not going, that Gucci was not going to release Pooh Shiesty, okay, to be on his label. Yo Gotti knew this. I'm surprised Pooh didn't know it. Pooh's father had to have known it. But I don't know what he know, because these folks is, oof, they act like it's something wrong with them, child. Okay. So so Yo Gotti put all of this into the atmosphere. He knows that Pooh is a crash dummy. Okay. We have to call it what it is. Pooh is a crash dummy. Okay. We wanted to see Pooh win, but Pooh is a crash dummy. So he knew Pooh was a crash dummy. If he couldn't get him on his label, why not get him to crash out, right? So they go over there. I'm not saying he told them to do that, but I just believe that an energy was put into the atmosphere to cause a sense of urgency for Pooh and them to go over there, to include his damn crazy ass daddy. Okay. Justice for Dolph says Art paying hitmen for attorneys and Gotti and Juke's name is crazy. Of course, he is not going to talk about that. You're absolutely right. What's up, Diane? And so he gets him to, hey, he creates this energy, urgency. And yeah, you have to think about, y'all, when was the last time that the record labels gave somebody $10 million? All Pooh had was FDO. Okay. She said she think Gucci and Pooh. All Pooh had was FDO. Okay. And Pooh had, I'm not saying he's not worth it, because I think Pooh is worth millions and millions of dollars. Okay. If he's, hey, I be wanting to see people be all that they can be. But let's be real. Have record labels really been giving out them NBA type contracts? Absolutely not. Okay. Have they really been giving out them NBA contracts? Kevin says February 32nd, 19, never. Absolutely. So, when they tell Pooh that if you can get out of that contract, we got about 10 million on the table, they was lying to Pooh. And I believe they told him that. But Gotti knew that this boy was going to go crash out. He knew that Gucci was not going to release him. Okay, he knew it. So the games that Gotti play, if I can't get him over here, then I don't need him being competition to his label that is almost defunct. Listen, I know that's gonna make Big Pressure mad, but hell, it's the damn truth. Who they got over there on CMG? Okay, other than Glorilla, right? And they putting so much money out there for marketing. They're the only ones, whatever profit they get, he putting in his pocket and giving her a little bit. He got to recoup that. So now Pooh is back in jail. Now he sends Art Horn, like Justice for Dolph says, he sends Art Horn to go on there now to put out there into the atmosphere to try to ruin Gucci's career by saying that Gucci did file the complaint and he did cooperate. Now he feeling like I done killed two birds in one stone. Hey, if he could have got Pooh on this label and signed him in a sharky ass contract, he was gonna do the exact same thing they're accusing that they are accusing Gucci of doing. He was gonna do the exact same thing to Pooh. He probably just would have had him out there more, made him a little bit more famous. But as far as money wise, he was going to do the same thing that they allege that Gucci is doing to Pooh. And so now, you know, you got Art Horn going on Vlad. Why is Art Horn on Vlad and his? I don't know if I mean, do they do that though? Like, his case, he don't even know what's going to go on with Big 30. Now, he was very careful about what he said, but why he set up on there? And I thought attorneys did that after they won the damn case, after they lose. Because I think in this case, he 30, I don't think 30 going to be able to get by. I think 30 is going to get some time. What's up, Greyface? Greyface says, Art Horn hanging around until the discovery drop. Then he out. Big 30 about to find out about. Listen, that's the exact same thing that they did. Remember, Art Horn did that to Straight Drop, okay? Big Pressure said, I ain't mad. They not paying me, but y'all blame Gotti for the potholes on Elvis Presley. He is a part of it, okay? He is a part of the potholes on Elvis Presley. Hell. Kevin Felder said, right, at Justice for Dolph to net 25 mil without doing shows, it would take about 80 billion streams, okay? So I think what ended up happening was, you know, I'm being sarcastic, okay? But yeah, because if he had not sent that hit on Dolph, maybe, you know, Dolph had a real big heart. He might would have paid for the potholes on help to sit out with getting the potholes, because he hung in Whitehaven all the time at the Debo's, at the chicken house, at the hot wing place, paying for free food for people. So he probably would have. Okay, so your Gotti is responsible for that shit, as far as I'm concerned. Okay. But anyways, you guys, but now you got Art Horn sitting on there. I you know, I want to say that's a little bit was it unethical? Why would Art Horn go on to Vlad other than to do the deed of he's you know, they got to pay him. He got to try to eliminate all of the competition. It's hard out here. I don't think folks streaming like they used to, because it ain't no money out there. Okay. So you know, Pooh Shiesty, it was Pooh Shiesty this, Pooh Shiesty that. I mean, he was one of the ones that had really you know, was slated to blow up, but he was gonna be on 1017, and Gucci was benefiting from that. Okay. She says, Tam, nobody's going to sign with Gucci. This is rap. Rappers about Thug and Gucci claim being an exec, but signing rappers who rap about smirking and drug dealing. So let me ask you something, my four girls. Do you feel like that Gucci? Thank you, Diane, for the 1999 super sticker. Thank you so much. Let me ask you something, my four girls. Do you feel like that Gucci should have filed a complaint on do you think he should have cooperated? Do you think he should have? Do you think that I just want to I'm trying to get your opinion. Do you feel like that Shiesty and them was wrong for what they did to Gucci? Okay. So now you got our horn going on Vlad. He went on one of the biggest platforms out there to put into the atmosphere. And I don't know if that's ethical or not, that Gucci cooperated and filed a complaint. Well, hell, I don't think Gucci give a damn, because he just put out a song today letting it be known what they did to him. Okay. So that further, as an executive, okay, we can go ahead and try to eliminate him as an exec. And so people talking about that, Gucci owed Pooh Shiesty money. Maybe he did, or maybe he didn't. We ain't seen the damn contract, so I don't know. But hell, I don't think that he would have did them any better, because I'm gonna tell y'all something. Yeah, when they get to hollering about Gotti get to putting into the atmosphere that he has made millionaires, that's a damn lie. One of the lies he told was he had made Black Youngster a millionaire. Y'all saw Black Youngster's mama's first cousin and his mama's sister on my live one night, and his auntie, his mama's sister that helped to raise him, sat there and said, "Baby, what millions?" She was sitting at Benisa's house, so I could say it because she said it on the show. She said, "Baby, what millions, baby? He ain't got no millions. Why y'all think we got to keep our foot on Gotti's neck?" Because there was some things that was going on with Black Youngster, with some shit was where he was totally taken advantage of, and people in Memphis, okay? And I'm not gonna put a lot of stuff into the atmosphere, but people in Memphis had a problem with Black Youngster signing that damn contract. Gotti was wrong. And I guess if Black Youngster didn't want to keep it street and he wanted to put his business out there, I believe that contract could be null and void. Okay. But his own auntie said it. So when folks get to her, well, Black Youngster millionaire, it's funny to me how some of these damn folks that ain't never met Black Youngster talk about they got their ear to the street and all that, think they know more about them than they damn family members. Okay? Who's closer to him than his damn cousin and his auntie? Okay? And they say he ain't no millionaire. So that's the type of energy Glorilla put out there. Everybody in Memphis was mad about that contract. My 4 girls says, "Tam, do you think feds are doing this to produce a RICO against CMG for Dolph?" I don't know, my 4 girls. I don't know. That's hard. I don't know. Art Horn is saying that he feels that they jumped the gun. It ain't no mansions in Olive Branch. Lex, it ain't no mansions out there in Olive Branch. It's some nice houses out there, but it ain't no mansions. It ain't no mansions out there, darling. It's some nice homes out there in Olive Branch, but it ain't no mansions. I ain't never seen none. And I goes out there to the Walmart, okay? They most civilized at the Olive Branch Walmart. I goes to that one, okay? But he says Enroll's not even a mansion. He had only 2 houses worth about $60K. So I mean, when he talk about that he's making millionaires, that's interesting though for my 4 girls. That's something to think about. And here's another thing, all over the internet, people are going back and forth about why they think that Gucci, okay, going back and forth about why they think Gucci is mad at Yo Gotti. I think people are totally putting the cart before the horse. Okay, maybe back in the day, maybe. Who's to say? He might not even care about what Keisha K or did or do. Okay. He know that hell, Keisha had about 3-4 kids when she met Gucci. She wasn't no damn virgin when he met her. So why would he be all up in arms about who she done gave that coochie to? I'm sure that thing had got a lot of mouths on it. She wasn't a virgin when he met her. So I don't think he would be so torn up about big head Yo Gotti supposedly messing with Keisha. It could be that he's in his feelings about them going as far as they went to put a hit on young Dolph. I would think that would that right there makes more sense to me. That's more logical to me. You go and put a hit on a man and you take it that far out of your own city. You put money on his head, had a bunch of damn fools to plot and go kill him for nothing. You took it too far because of your jealousy, just like he's running. I believe he's running, plays now. Now, I'm not going to go as far as saying he told Gucci, Shiesty and them to go over there. I don't believe he would tell them to go over there. I don't think he know damn well. I mean, I think he's crafty enough to know how to put energy into the atmosphere to get him an urgency and lie to him, because I don't believe that Shiesty had no $10 million record deal on the table. Hell, I don't think they're giving out no damn $10 million record deals. Okay? I don't believe it. They said God didn't know Gucci got robbed until. So Hernandez, Govan, Orange Man quit, knew he got robbed on the same day. And that's another thing. Okay? That's another thing. They're saying that Hernandez, they're saying, Art Horn is saying there is no video. I believe that there's a video. I believe Govan when he say that there is a video. Okay? I believe Govan when he says that there is a video. Govan says he saw the video on the first day. So if he wasn't there, that means that somebody had to have sent it to him in a message, in a text message. That means it's got some digital footprints, like I said earlier. And there's a video out there. Okay? And Govan ain't sparing nobody. Okay? He ain't sparing nobody. I think Govan feel like somebody said, he said F Memphis. I believe who was that? Hilda told me he said F Memphis. Because see, I didn't look at his whole interview when he was over there on the other dude's show. Okay. So it says quit and said in there snitch more on the case than Gucci. So, he say F Memphis. And so, I mean, he's basically he said it, and he's doing things to let you know, for whatever reasons he's mad. Okay. What's up, Stanley? For whatever reasons he's mad. And I'm gonna tell you why I believe Quit is mad. He'll say he sure did say F Memphis. I'm gonna tell you something. I believe that Quit is mad at a lot of these dudes because he feel like when he was going through that situation with young Dolph, big pressure, whatever. When he was going through that situation, I believe he tell the truth sometimes. When he telling on these dudes, he be telling the truth. Okay? When he was going through that situation with Dolph, he feel like in which I do believe he was involved. Okay, Stanley, I hate to talk about your brother in your face. Okay, but I mean, I got to tell the truth. Okay, I don't be wanting to talk about people relatives in their face, but I believe that he was involved. Okay, and a lot of the dudes that didn't care for Dolph, it helped to egg it on. And then when the shit hit the fan, everybody want to take their hands off of it and act like they was down with Dolph, and they turn their back on Govan. Okay, I believe sooner or later that's gonna come out too. Okay, he done told everything, but that he needs to go on to see. This is what Govan needs to do. Govan needs to go on and tell them other people that was involved. Okay, because I believe that's coming, and he needs to tell what Howard Burnett at. Okay, when he do that, I believe God has set him free. All right, so. But I believe that Govan is mad because they didn't care for Dolph, those dudes, and then all those dudes turn their back on him. Okay, and he feel like they left him out there, and I believe he ain't said it, but I believe he's thinking in his mind they ain't even give a F about Dolph anyways. Okay, these dudes weren't even really messing with Dolph, and so to save face, they turn their back on him. And so he feel like F him. Okay, he gonna throw him to the I think that's the mentality that he has, because when you listen to him, he'll say, all that I did for them, meaning I ain't got no proof of it. Okay, just my mind tells me, meaning he was their damn hitman. Okay, I believe he done went and knocked some folks down for some of these people that had turned their back. He believes that turn they back. On the only reason why he ain't told that, he'd have to tell that he was the damn hitman. Okay, he done got old now. He probably ain't doing no hits no more. That's why he went go get the little dudes. Okay, his knees ain't gonna let him run. Okay, so anyways, so Govan says that there's a video out there. He says that there's a video out there. and Govan says there's a video out there. If Govan seen the video, Govan got the video. Okay, he got it. He said he saw it. He said Gucci was shaking. Now Govan could be exaggerating a little bit, but I do believe he saw the video. And if he saw it, he got it in his damn one of them phones. He got probably, because he probably got more than one phone. Okay. And so it depends. Okay. Because Govan is very emotional. If he probably, it might end up in it. Feds probably already got it, but according to Arthur Horn, and Art gets paid to lie. Okay, according to Arthur Horn, they don't have a video. Now that's according to Art. According to Art, they don't really have anything. But people are putting a lot of emphasis on Gucci, but why aren't they talking about the other people was there? You got other little guys that was there. Okay, they ain't gonna have no money for defense. They would, I feel like they would be more prone to start talking. Those that ain't got no damn money, they ain't gonna want to do a whole lot of time in jail. And then you got Gucci Mane was there. You got the cameraman that was assaulted. You got the damn fool that walked out with the damn man backpack on his back. That's a robbery. You walk out with his backpack and his money and everything in the backpack. The man gonna let it be known, I didn't give him my backpack. And you see it on his back. He on social media, because these little dudes is mentally ill. He on social media with the diamond necklace on his neck. Now, Art Horn trying to twist that and say, Pooh Shiesty is 1017. Pooh Shiesty could have gave him that diamond necklace. Okay? I'm sure when a lot of these people go and pay for these expensive necklaces, they might put insurance on it. Sometimes they have some type of number on it. Right? So I'm sure they got a receipt. They might be able to do it as a tax write-off to prove that they bought the damn, because it's custom made, that he bought the damn necklace. Pooh Shiesty ain't bought it. So y'all, I don't like what they trying to do to Gucci. Right. People are totally omitting that it was other people there. You had the off-duty police retired police officer. You had the guy that was assaulted. Evidently, he talked to the police. They got pictures. When there is an assault and you have been harmed, the police take pictures of your, of the bruises or whatever that you might have, the injuries that you have on you, right? So the police took pictures of the injuries, and it was by way of those dudes that choked them out. So when Art said there is no proof, he's just saying what he's supposed to say, because it's obvious. We've seen the damn proof when the damn fools got on there and showed the necklace. Okay, they showed the necklace. He walked out with the backpack of the dude that he choked out. And then the dude that he choked out got the bruises to prove that he choked him out and took the damn backpack. Now, ain't no our horn has basically let you know in so many words, they're not dumb enough to honor a contract at this point. Okay. They're not dumb enough to try to honor any contract at this point because it's going to prove that what he says is true. He went ahead and put that out into the atmosphere, in which everybody already know that is true. And Gucci is saying, hey, you still signed to me anyways. Okay, so what did you accomplish? Okay. He said, so what did you accomplish? Okay. He's basically telling them nothing. He called Big 30 a junkie. Now, you know what's so funny? I got tickled when he called Big 30 a junkie, because remember about a year or two ago, Big 30 got on his live and called Stan G a junkie. He said, you snouting it, you trying to get young nigga knocked up. It's not ad nigga. And I like Big 30, okay? But I think Big 30 gonna have to go and lay down, because at this point, I don't think Gucci Mane gives a damn about no street credibility. They talking about ain't nobody else gonna sign with Gucci. He don't give a damn if they don't sign with him. That's the reason why then he drop everybody on his label but Pooh Shiesty. So he ain't really trying to get, and he ain't signed nobody else. So he probably ain't want nobody to sign with him. He don't give a damn. I'm sure he done made investments in other stuff, real estate, all types of other shit, and he couldn't give a damn. Okay, he kept Pooh Shiesty. I'm sure he probably have made more money than ever just off of the RDO and all of this stuff that has been going on with Pooh Shiesty. Okay, I'm sure he's made a whole lot of money. He said a jewelry probably has location trackers and microphones and stuff, right? Because they can do that now. They be so small. You probably right, Zoomer. Okay. And so, you know, Art Horn says that what the feds got to do is prove. He says the issue is the feds got to prove that 30 cross state lines to that the feds crossed. I mean that 30 cross state lines to with the intent of robbery. Well, then he turned around and said they had been at that studio recording. According to him, they was at the studio the day before. So I know he's putting into the atmosphere that his argument is going to be that, 30 was strictly down in Dallas to record. They had been at the studio, and him and Pooh Shiesty always recorded. Okay. 30 is not on 1017, so he don't know what kind of business or meetings that Pooh Shiesty and them have going on. If that's the case, why didn't 30 walk out? Okay, why didn't he walk out? And according to Hernandez Govan, 30 was possibly the one that was recording it. They say he was standing up against the door, right? So, and which that, if you try to block somebody, even if you don't have a weapon from leaving any facility against their will, that is considered kidnapping, right? That's considered kidnapping. So I guess that's going to be his argument. I don't really think Art gonna win with that one. Okay. Art and them knew when they had 30 to pay that $10,000 bond. It was $100,000. It was $10,000 that they was going to put a hold on him because the crime had happened in Dallas. They was not going to allow him to get out because he would have been a flight risk. They let him get out, and then they can't find him no more. So Art been doing this for over 20 years now. So he already knew when he paid that bond that they was going to put a hold on him because he was wanted down there in Dallas. Okay. Y'all make sure you all hit the like button. Okay. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe for me. Okay. Run the likes up. Run the likes up. I ain't been on in about a couple days. So y'all run the likes up for me. I'm going to try to get as much in as I can before I have to get off, finish my schoolwork. Okay. But y'all make sure y'all run the likes up, like, share, and subscribe. I'm going to open the phone lines up before I get off though. But y'all, this is crazy. I do believe that Gucci is going to cooperate. I I gotta say, it really bothers me, okay, and I'm saying this personally, that so many people are focusing more on Gucci Mane doing what is right rather than putting into the atmosphere. Dog, Pooh Shiesty just messed up his life, and what they did was wrong, right? What they did was wrong, and I think that's why a lot of these young dudes like Pooh Shiesty continue to mess their life up, because they have people that constantly put into the atmosphere that it is okay to do wrong. Anytime you got your own father there with you, right? You absolutely right. What's that? Trinish. You're right. Texas is a top, and that's another thing. Okay, I don't know if Pooh Shiesty. There are rumors that Pooh Shiesty was living down there in Dallas. I don't know if he was or not. I guess I could have looked it up though. But out of all the states to go and commit crimes in, why on earth would they ever go down there to Dallas to do such a thing, right? I mean, it totally crazy. Dallas, Texas is going to make an example out of them. Okay. As I was saying on one of my other shows, I remember when Katrina happened down in and a lot of the people had to go to Houston. Okay. They had to go to Houston, Texas, and the Texas authorities say their crime went up 100% when Katrina happened. You had a lot of New Orleans, that were already committing crime in New Orleans, coming down to Texas committing crimes. The guy said, one of the officers said they would go into a house and just kill a whole family. They weren't sparing nobody. They take the babies out and everything. He said, which was, they weren't used to that, because, they was used to crime and murders, but they weren't used to people going in and taking out a whole family. And so, down in New Orleans, I do believe that if you had, if you was arrested, you committed a crime, and nobody came forward, if they didn't, and within 30 days, okay, they would have to let them walk free. And they said they had to let those New Orleans thugs that was coming down there committing them crimes and stuff know, we're not Louisiana. You're not going to be out in 30 days. He said, and we had to show them and be tough on them to let them know you're not going to come to Texas and commit crimes and intimidate people, and then you think you're going to walk in 30 days. Our laws are totally different. That is why they put a hold on 30, and they want him extradited to Texas, because Texas is going to show them, especially with it being a case with everybody's eyes is on them. You got the nerve to be a famous rapper. You already, out on Fed paper, and you come to Dallas, which is in Texas, and commit this crime. We got to show people that we don't play in Texas. That's exactly what they are going to do. And the judge and the prosecutors are going to be in cahoots with each other. Okay, they are all on one accord already. They got to show the whole world that is talking about this and looking at this. If you're gonna commit crime, you better not bring your ass down here to Texas, because you ain't gonna walk free. Okay, so I don't know if our horn got licenses down there in Texas to practice, but I do believe his client is gonna go to trial if he does not plead out. Okay, if he doesn't plead out, I believe that he is going to he's going to go to trial. Cypress, E-Baby says, Cypress, that man mother came to the internet, tell the business on how her son doing her. You all make sure y'all hit the like button. Okay, make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, you can hit up the Cash App or the Super Thanks. Okay, you guys. And right before I get off, I'm gonna open up the line for y'all to call in and talk about the situation. But like I said, I'm going back to where's Big Pressure at Big Pressure. I'm getting ready to go back to Yo God. There you go, right there. I believe, okay, that Yo Gotti felt like I'm going to get rid of two birds with one stone. Now Pooh Shiesty is not his competition anymore. Yo Gotti knew for a fact, he had to have known him and Gucci have been enemies forever. Then when he go and pay them to have Dolph taken out, and that was Gucci's friend, you know Gucci has animosity towards him. But to make Gucci look bad, people want to put it all at Keisha Kaur feet. No, I think Gucci feels way he feels way more animosity towards Yo Gotti because of what he did to young Dolph. He went too far when he had young Dolph killed. Okay, so he already knew that he was not getting ready to do him a favor and take his only top artist, might be his only artist, and release him just so he can sign him on the heels of Pooh Shiesty being hot. That ain't even no good business deal. Why would I let my hottest artist go on another label and make him money and be hot over there, knowing that Gotti gonna put him in the same damn contract or worse? Okay. So, I just believe, and now you got Art Horn, who is a CMG attorney exclusively, gets on one of the biggest shows out there, which is Vlad, and say, Gucci Mane filed a complaint. All of them filed a damn complaint. You had one that was assaulted. How come he didn't talk about him? Okay. And so people bringing up, pulling up video from Gucci talking about no snitching when he was young and dumb. He was trying to get some money. It's different when you're trying to get some money, and when you finally work hard and you get it, you go, damn. Once you finally obtain something, if you're in your right damn mind, you go, I ain't getting ready to let nobody make me go back to the damn projects. Damn all that street. I've grown out of that. At some point, you are supposed to evolve. If you are in your 30s and 40s and 50s and you around here talking about I live by a street code, you is Riri. Okay, you really is. It's you mentally ill. Okay, you are mentally ill because at some point you are supposed to evolve. If that dude come up in there and put a gun to his head and say sign this paperwork and then beat up your camera guy. And here's another thing, why did they have to meet at a studio? If you're gonna talk business, I mean, did they lure him there? Okay, because he kind of talked about that in the song. We're gonna play the song. I'm gonna have to take it back out, but we're gonna play it. Okay. Because when you're talking about business, you're talking about contracts. They didn't say not one thing about a lawyer being there. Okay, Gucci is a business, so if he was, you're supposed to be in a business setting when you're talking about contracts with the people that can read the contracts, which usually are lawyers. So I believe Pooh Shiesty and them came there with the intention of doing just that. He knew Gucci was not going to let him out of that deal. Okay. Now let's listen to Gucci Mane's song. All right, you guys, hit the like button. Let's see how many likes we got. Y'all help me out. We only got 75 likes. We got 159 people up in here, y'all. Hit the like button for me. Like, share, and subscribe. We need about 20. We need about 30 more likes, and we got the people in here to get about 30 more likes. Do that for me, okay? While I'm on here, I ain't gonna be on here much longer, but do that for me while I'm on here. Let me pull up that song. I actually like the song. Hold on, here it is.
Where vibe coding meets
school up.
Yeah.
What down? Nigga, I hate to see you up. Tell the truth, you went out like a real crash diamond. And after all that, boy, you still signed to me?
Wow.
I'm like Birdman, and nigga, this my cash money. And your fat ass flunky, he a stone cold junkie. You know I got my bread up. I always keep my head up. I thought it was a business meeting, but it was a setup. I walk in.
Okay, y'all. It's something about when I share the screen, they're able to, I'm learning more about the stream, y'all. My brother-in-law doing that's in technology is fixing up something for me. I won't be on stream y'all much longer, okay? I won't be on here much longer. But y'all hear what he said. He said he thought it was a business meeting the whole time it was a setup, right? So he goes on into the song and say, as a matter of fact, let me play the song from my phone. Let's do it like that, okay? I could play the song from my phone. Hold on. Let's do it like that, okay? I could play the song from my phone. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button for me. I could play.
Did you lose a lot of money sports betting on DraftKings or FanDuel? You may qualify for up to $75,000.
School up.
Yeah.
Well, down. Nigga, I hate to see you up. Tell the truth, you went out like a real crash diamond. And after all that, boy, you still signed to me? Wow. I'm like Birdman, and nigga, this my cash money. And your fat ass flunky, he a stone cold junkie. You know I got my bread up, I always keep my head up. I thought it was a business meeting, but it was a setup. I walk in the room, you can feel the pressure building. Niggas dap me up the whole time they plotting against me. I don't take it personal, for me it's only business. And I don't wanna conversate if it ain't about no million. Don't kill you, make you stronger. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. My money keep getting longer. Now these haters got amnesia. You know I gotta move tactical, every move magical. And I'm from East Atlanta, but the diamonds come from Africa. They love you when you're broke, but they hate you when you win. And then when you take a loss, it's when the haters get the grin. And it's all on you. Can't be wearing no disguises. You play stupid games, then you win stupid prizes. Some people like to take a nigga kindness for weakness. I pulled up on business, but y'all was on some weak shit. The artist and the CEO, I wear a lot of hats. They smile in your face, then they stab you in your back. You learn from your daddy, so I guess that is hereditary.
Are y'all able to hear the song? She said it went out after Crash Dummy. He said everybody will forget about Gucci's statement once Big 30 get to talking. And I'm gonna tell you something else, a great face. They need to worry about those other young men that was arrested that don't have any money. Those other young men that was arrested that don't have any money really for defense. They're gonna have to get federal public defenders, okay? And they're gonna be looking at a whole lot of time. And they probably done did more talking than Gucci. Didn't Art Horn say a couple of them out? I thought he said a couple of them may be out. Okay, so I think that's an issue. How did Hernandez Govan get the video? Who gave them the video? Who gave him who messaged him the video? He should have let AI did this. Could have at least have somebody to blame it on. I like the song. I think the song is a banger. I think it's dope. Big 30 gave him the video. Wow, Big 30 gave him the video. Lord have mercy. I wanted the Big 30 know he was gonna go and talk about it, because now everybody knows that it's out. There's a video out there. Griffith says, what's the difference with Big 30 recording the crime and sharing compared to Gucci giving a statement so that he can get back what he absolutely, that is absolutely true. Big 30 shared the whole thing. Okay, there ain't nobody saying nothing about the dudes that had the backpack on their back. They choked the little dude out. The cameraman ain't had nothing to do with nothing. Why did they assault him? They assault him and rob him. Nobody says anything about the ones that was bragging about and had the 1017 chain around their neck after they did it. Throwing out subliminals. Nobody talking about that. They told before Gucci did. Okay, they told before Gucci did. So who they need to worry about, because I'm sure that the cameraman, the little white guy, he gonna tell. I don't know what color the police officer, the ex-police officer was. He gonna tell too, and Gucci gonna tell. Okay, so Gotti sent our horn on there. He couldn't have been on there for 30. Okay, he couldn't have been on there for 30. It had to have been another reason why our horn did that interview, and the reason he did it was to let everybody know that Gucci Mane cooperated, because I guess that makes Gotti took out Dolph. Okay, with Pooh Shiesty having at his song, now Gucci Mane's label is one of the it's getting a lot of fire, because Pooh Shiesty was overshadowing Glow. He says Gucci just keep writing books and go sign an R&B group or something. Greyface says nobody said nothing about Gucci detailing the shout out with Pokey Low. What's the difference? He just said Gucci gonna tell. That's the truth. He sure gonna tell it. He already done told it. And y'all know what's the good thing about it? Gucci don't give a fuck. Gucci don't care. Okay? Gucci don't care about what nobody thinks. And that's the truth. He don't care. So they're not going to be able to shame him with, Gucci is a snitch and, bringing up, he said, don't snitch. He said that back in the day when he was trying to make it and when he was starving. The man has made millions of dollars. And see, that's the problem. Pooh Shiesty don't understand. When you start making money, you're going to start getting into making money. You have to have a different mindset and carry yourself differently if you're going to have the damn money. You can't go into the hoods you went into, because now the same people that knew you as a robber, you ain't robbing no more. They still robbing to eat. Now they looking at you as a damn lick. So you can't have the same mindset. Unfortunately, Pooh Shiesty daddy didn't tell him that. Pooh Shiesty daddy didn't think about Yo Gotti. What they should have asked Yo Gotti, when was the last time y'all gave out a $10 million deal? When was the last time? And show me the damn proof of when, because I ain't seen no damn artist other than maybe Beyonce or somebody. When they give a rapper $10 million to sign? They should have assessed that situation. Okay, they did not do that. They let Gotti make an ass out of him. All right, you guys, I'm back. Here it said Dirk got 20 million. Did he get 20 million for an album, or did Dirk get 20 million because for his record label? Because was that a deal with his record label? And I think Dirk was a bigger star. I'm not saying he would have stayed being bigger, but I think Dirk had a little bit more history out there than Pooh Shiesty did. Okay. I think he had a little bit more history out there. Pooh Shiesty just got out the feds. He had got one song out there and it's doing good. Okay. Okay, here it says Dirk record label don't exist. It's a front. I believe that, in my opinion, I believe Shiesty had a lot of hype behind him. And I'm not saying he couldn't have been as big, but I just don't believe that there was $10 million on the table for him. I don't believe that. In my opinion, I don't. I believe that Yo Gotti put that, and I'm not saying he wasn't worth it, because I would never say he wasn't worth it. I just don't believe that it was $10 million on the table for him. I don't. I believe it created an urgency so that it could create an energy for him to go and do what he did. That's what I believe. Justice for Dolph says Art was talking about Big 30 having a big contract on the table. I believe Gotti tried to sign him and Pooh and take over Chopper Game. Oh, well, I believe Gotti tried to sign both him and Pooh. I don't know, because if he wanted to sign Big 30, I mean, Big 30 has been out all while Pooh Shiesty was in jail. Okay. Maybe maybe he did want to sign him as a deal. I don't know, but I mean, I wonder why he didn't go ahead and sign 30. Okay. Kubri says, I know this show about to be fire. Yeah, I saw what Moneybag Yo posted, free, Pooh Shiesty or whatever, and Pooh Big free Big 30 or whatever. So hey, I don't know. Maybe him and 30 has swashed it, but I get to thinking about, because I still remember when Newski was first killed, and everybody knows how Big 30 felt about Newski. And I'm not saying that men can't say, let bygones be bygones, and you stay over there, I stay over here. But maybe it's just me being emotional. But I still remember when Moneybag Yo, after Big Newski was killed, and him and Big 30 was into it, he said, I never asked y'all to do anything for me. Y'all jumped into my beef with Young Mob to ride my dick or whatever. And how could he say something like that? And Newski had lost his life. Okay. And I believe that 30 took that very personally. Now, I'm not saying that he can't do business with him, but 30 being a street dude, it would be hard for me to trust somebody like that. And I ain't even no street person. You know how I feel about this person. They say Newski and 30 were cousins. And you say, you get on the internet, that let me know you didn't give a damn about Newski. And Newski wasn't in no beef with Young Mob. It was because he sided with Bag. And you say, I ain't asked y'all to get in, that y'all was riding my D. And this man lost his life. And, 30 was very hurt about what happened to Newski. So it would just be hard for me to believe that 30 could totally trust Bag. Okay. It would be hard for me to believe that. And I know people can do business and stuff, but they already did business and it didn't work out. So, hey, Yo Gotti had plenty of opportunity to sign Big 30. He had been out there for the longest, basically begging him to. Okay. So I don't know. If that situation, if he had not said what he said about Newski, I believe 30 took that to heart. It's one thing when you cussing each other out. You can get the fighting, you can cuss each other out, and then men can go and sit down and talk about it. But when there's blood lost, and somebody say, I ain't tell you to get in my beef, y'all was riding my dick. I don't know, Hitter. That's a hard one to I don't know about that one. Rodney says, you think Gucci Mane can file a lawsuit against Yo Gotti for trying to steal Pooh? I don't know, Rodney. I don't know if there's any proof of Yo Gotti doing anything. I mean, it's one thing. I mean, if you put an energy into the atmosphere and say, listen, if you can get out of the contract, I'll sign you. You didn't say, but I mean, even though you know what the possibilities are, and you could hope that what happened, he could have hoped in his mind, I hope saying this, he go kill him. But I mean, he didn't say that, okay? But just saying, if you can get out of this deal, I got a check for you, or I'm assigning for 10 million. I mean, that's not, there ain't no wrongdoing as it relates to that. In business, that's what people do all the time. It ain't right morally, but they steals. Okay, now he could have sued him if he had signed. I think the only way he could have sued him, and I don't think he dumb enough to do this. If he had signed Pooh Shiesty to his label while he was still signed to 1017, then he could have sued him. But I don't think he's dumb enough to do something like that, right? So what he do is, he get Pooh Shiesty to go and crash himself out. So I think that song is befitting when he says crash dummy, and I saw where Moneybag Yo said, free Shiesty and free Big 30 and all of that. What Moneybag is a snake. Okay, that's the most popular thing to say. He wasn't trying to mess with 30 when he was out like that. Okay, he called him an airball. He did the worst thing he could ever did to him. Okay, all because 30 was in his emotions, as he should have been. About Newski losing his life, and they have to understand. I'm sure 30 had some guilt, because Newski only got into that situation on the strength of 30 because he was signed to Moneybag, right? So I'm sure he had guilt, and he feel like when Moneybag said, y'all got in because y'all want to ride my dick. I mean, I would never like a person that said that, and I lost my most trusted person, my cousin. Okay, I would never be able to get past that. Okay, because that right there proved. I'm gonna tell you something. When Newski was killed, and I'm sure 30, he spoke on it. He saw it just like I did. When Newski was killed, this when I was first learning about the situation. He was killed like right after, I believe, not shortly after Young Dolph was killed, not too long after. And Moneybag Yo was on his Instagram page. Everybody was talking about Newski had gotten killed, and Moneybag Yo posted pictures on his Instagram at an airport as if he was getting ready to buy him a mini jet. Okay. He ain't had no money for no jet, the way process service try to chase him down to pay damn bills. Okay. So he was at the air. So then I kept paying attention. I was looking at his Instagram. People started commenting up on his post, dogging him out. Talking about, Newski dead. You ain't posted nothing about Newski. Moneybag posted about Newski about 2 days later, and ain't no lie, because 30 spoke on it and he didn't appreciate it. Okay. Was Newski's case ever solved? I don't think so. I think it's still an open case. Gucci did right, capitalize off of it, like Dolph said, take it to the bank. Right. That's exactly what he's doing. He's capitalizing off of it. And who's to say, Gucci is going to cooperate? I believe that he will. I believe he's going to cooperate. I mean, Gucci talking about it because they talked about it. Okay. Y'all want to brag about what y'all did to they want to get at Gucci for saying something about it. When these dudes got on the line, the internet, and told on themselves. That's what people fail to understand. You know, you rob the man, you do him like that, and then you turn around and jump online to let everybody know so that you could take the credit and all the what you would consider glamour or whatever of robbing Gucci Mane. And now people want to, you know, throw rocks at him because he's like, well, I get him, I do it too. Okay, I would do exactly what Gucci is doing. Okay, I would do exactly what he's doing. Gucci ain't in the street no more. Okay, so he might be a civilian now. If Terrence Gangster Williams can turn himself into a civilian, Gucci ought to be able to turn himself into a civilian. Okay. Wait until the wiretaps release. Listen, you guys. Hold on. I'm getting ready to open up the lines and let y'all call in. So what's the difference in Gucci talking about it, Big Pressure, and the dudes getting online bragging about it? Y'all, the number is up. If you want to call in and you want to talk about this situation, the number is up 901-329-9819. Y'all can call in while I got the number up. I'm going to be on for about 30 more minutes. Y'all can call in. He should have made a better song, though. I like the song. I think the song is dope. Big Pressure say the song is whack. I like the song. And I want to understand why everybody feel like that Gucci is only mad at him about Keisha. I think the situation with Dolph was a way more serious situation. I mean, I could see him being mad at and not messing with, because that was weak what Yo Gotti did. Yo Gotti paid for the hit on Young Dolph, and everybody know it. Okay, y'all call in 901-329-9819 901-329-9819. I need to make sure it's still the same number. I ain't had this phone on it so damn long. I don't know what the number is. I think that's the number. And y'all run the likes up for me. Hold on one second, y'all. Hold on. And you got everybody in the industry talking about this, because you got Vlad. I heard DJ Vlad say, well, I think that Gucci should just give it up. Hold on one second, y'all.
Exhibit A! So, I mean, I have no shit gonna buy. I never want to stay below of it, and I never will. A word? I'm a true G. A true G. Now, what? Exhibit B, nigga. Exhibit B, nigga.
Yeah, I ain't gonna tell nobody, not even the police. I don't believe in none of that shit.
Oh, you don't believe that?
The only thing I believe in is don't tell the police. Soft ass nigga.
That shit ain't age well at all.
You don't believe in that shit, nigga? Listen, I'm gonna break this shit down. Listen to me. I don't know, it's different. No, it's different. Nigga, I won't tell the police. Hear this shit. This your mouth, nigga.
Take a nigga kindness for weakness. I pulled up on business, but y'all was on
what?
Shit. The artist and
I pulled up for.
take a nigga kindness for weakness. I pulled up on business.
I took my shit for kindness. I pulled up on kindness. I pulled up. No, they didn't pull up on no weak shit. They pulled up on street shit, nigga. Shit that you rap, nigga.
Nigga have big plans for Pooh.
Hold on.
Shit, the artist and the CEO, I wear a lot of hats. They smile in your face, then they stab you in your back. You learn from your daddy, so I guess that it's hereditary. I'm that same nigga that put money on your commissary.
Do you hear your stupid ass self? Yo, I'm the nigga that put your shit on your commissary. Oh, I did this. Y'all stabbed me in the back. Yo, what happened? Remember 6ix9ine situation? Y'all remember the 6ix9ine situation? When y'all say, nigga, it's the streets. You know what you signed up for? You know what you signed up for, nigga? What happened? It's you. Nigga, they pulled up on some...
Nita said snitch at another snitch is wild.
Give me this shit, nigga. Oh, this your wedding ring, nigga? Let me get that shit. They pulled up on street shit, nigga. Now you a businessman? How many excuses? How many times? No.
Y'all, that's funny. So y'all say he a snitch too? He going at him like that and he a snitch? At this point, Gucci did what he had to do. You not gonna go steal my shit and get... That's right. You don't steal my stuff and think you gonna get... So this guy right here is snitch. And he going at Gucci like that. Lord have mercy, Jesus. He said, man, he got to be kidding me. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy, Jesus. Y'all, make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Make sure y'all please like, share, and subscribe, okay? Lord, this guy going in like that, and they say he the biggest snitch. Lord Jesus. And I mean, he really clowning. This dude is really acting a fool right here.
Between all these rat ass niggas. Y'all tell me what's the difference.
They know the difference.
I've been saying this shit.
Nigga say he
Fuck y'all niggas talking about,
nigga say he had big plans for Pooh Shiesty when he
niggas
come
got
home.
big plans for Pooh Shiesty when he get home? No, Randy got...
Now they saying that this guy had a reason to snitch because they kidnapped his family. Well, Gucci had a reason to snitch. You had a dude that was assaulted that they almost choked unconscious. You steal his stuff. You get him to sign off on a contract unethically. You force him up under duress to sign a contract. That messes with his business. Okay? You rob him for his stuff. He got a reason to snitch too. So either way, he did it up under duress. If I was him, if they kidnapped his family, I'd have told too. I know it's some damn fool in the background said you ain't supposed to snitch, even if they kill your whole family. This is how twisted people have gotten in our community. That's right. Who about to lose $1 million in jewelry under the guy for people who sitting up talking about you a snitch that ain't even got a penny? Okay, they ain't got a pot to piss in or a tissue to wipe their ass with after they piss. So I wouldn't care. A lot of the ones that's talking against him don't buy his music. They don't buy his music and they never supported him, so it don't matter what they say. They ain't got $1 million to lose. They ain't got nothing to lose. So you have to weigh out who is actually the naysayers, okay? Because if you're a businessman, you ain't get ready to lose no $1 million something for no damn street thugs that don't know how to conduct themselves, okay? Obviously, Shiesty didn't have no money. They talk about, you know, he had millions. If he had millions, why would he go up in there and do that? You don't go and do nothing that's gonna get you taken away from your millions. And they said, well, Gotti gonna pay for his. I was looking at that on the internet today. Gotti gonna pay for his lawyer, even if he pay for his damn lawyer. He gonna pay for him to get out and go be back right over there on 1017. Okay. Because what Gotti should have tried to do if he really wanted him, whatever, he already know Gucci was gonna tax him because he don't like him. So if he really wanted him, he should have been prepared to write that check. That he should have gave that blank ass check to Gucci. Gucci, I know you don't like me. Here go the blank check right here. Whatever you write on this check, we willing to pay it. But you got to let Pooh Shiesty up out that deal, okay? As a businessman. If Gucci had taxed him $40 million, he should have been willing to pay it if he wanted him. Because we already know he was going to tax him. If they say that they was trying to give Pooh $10 million, then that means Pooh, you know, Hitter might be right. Maybe because if they was willing to give him $10 million, if that's true, okay, if they was going to give him $10 million and once gassing him up, then that means that Pooh probably, they must have thought that they could make 40 or 50 off of him. So he should have been prepared to pay Gucci that. Okay. I'm sure as many problems as Pooh giving Gucci, I think he'd have took the 50. They said, didn't the paperwork say to Daddy Corporated? Now, who is Daddy Corporated? Is that Pooh Shiesty's father's company? Daddy Corporated? Y'all hit the like button for me. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe, okay? Please like, share, and subscribe. Oh, we got our first call. Oh, they hung up. I thought y'all wanted something. I'm going to call you back.
Welcome to the voicemail 90.
I don't know why they call and get scared. Y'all, the number is 901-329-9819, okay? 901-329-9819. Call in and tell us what you think about this situation. You think all this Pooh's daddy's company, okay? You know, I'm really disappointed by Pooh's father. He's you know, they say he's been managing people, he's been in the business, so I would think that he would have handled himself or made sure that this was handled better. If he's the manager, then he should have been having the conversation more so. You know, I really hate that this was allowed to get out of order. Hernandez, Govan, call in. Tell us about the video. Okay. I know he liked to charge for interviews. I ain't got no money. Okay. I ain't got no money. But call in and tell us about the video. The number is 901-329-9819. Rose says Shiesty would have got a lawyer and got that situation under control, but his daddy wanted other plans. They was wrong with robbing him allegedly. Shit is it is. You know, you heard Art Horn say that he said Quit hates me. He ain't calling in. Well, he be up on the people he hate all the time. Lord have mercy. But you know, he a fan of the show. Okay, he's a real big fan of the show. So I mean, why you hate somebody you love looking at their show? Owens Capital says they looking at Gucci money, couldn't stay focused. Yeah, I really hate that it turned out this way because I'm gonna tell you something. I really wanted to see Pooh Shiesty win. I think that he could have won. I really do. I think that he could have. He came out of jail. Just, you know what? If you think about it, Pooh Shiesty had the same steam and fire behind him that Finesse 2 times had when Finesse first got out of jail. Remember? You know, it was the exact same way with Finesse. And a lot of times when they sit in jail and they write these songs, they all they have to do is sit in there and write hits. They write those hits and stuff in jail. And they come out and they you know, they get the right people behind them, they do well. Okay. He says, right, him, his friends, Lil Derek, brother Stan, they all Kevin Felder says, right, at M Rose, I'm pretty sure he would not pull a Draco up at Atlantic. They were the ones to let him out his deal. Yeah. So I mean, this whole situation, y'all, I really hate this whole situation had to happen like this. Because I really wanted to see Pooh Shiesty do well. I think he would have. I mean, just like I said, the hype behind him, you know, and people, you know, being in love with street credibility. They felt like he had the street credibility. And RDO, it's FDO, right? I'm the RDO is something when the days roll over, okay, at the police department. Call it RDO. It's FDO, okay? And you know, the song, I like the song. And I ain't even into rap like that. And I really like the song. And I really hate that this happened. But I think I'm madder at Pooh Shiesty's dad, because why did he let this happen? Okay, why did he let it happen? Y'all hit the like button. It's 173 people in the chat, and I don't think we have 100 likes. Y'all run the likes up. Y'all call in, okay? Make sure you all call in, okay? NBA YoungBoy did have get a really good contract from Baby, though. He did. He got a really good contract from Baby. Put that down. Says Pooh crashing out for CMG after seeing how it played out for Justin is wild. I know it. Even seeing how it played out for Black Youngster. First day out streaming numbers sky. Yeah. The first day out, I mean, it totally went up. I mean, the beat is everything. And so, I mean, who produced that song for him? Like, so now I gotta ask, was Gucci Mane behind producing that song? Is Hitter still up in here? Was Gucci Mane behind producing that song for him? Like, who pushed FDO for him? The song is hot, but I'm sure he had to have I'm sure Gucci Mane had to have had something to do with putting some type of money behind it. My boss led his song the wrong direction. As a mother of all boys, I would have wanted all the smoke. Our son is young and he's 50. Why let him do that? Absolutely. It never should have happened. Pooh even said he wasn't picking a side from Pre and CMG. FDO is on 1017. So, y'all, the lines are open if y'all want to call in and speak on this situation. And here's the thing, whether you agree with me or not, your opinion is respected, okay? I'm very strong in how I feel about stuff, and I respect people for feeling how they feel. And so I said that to say this. You don't have to, if I get a little passionate, you don't have to think that you have to agree with me, okay? You don't have to think that. What you could do is you can speak freely about how you feel about this situation. Alabama Dreadboy says, I hate this for both sides, but I understand the mindset of Shiesty moving off emotions, and I wish he could have at least had allowed a lawyer to work. Right. That's what I don't understand. Why didn't he take his lawyers? And if he knew he wanted to go sign with Yo Gotti, you know, Hello?
Oh, okay. That must be the wrong number.
No, this is Real Talk with Tamara.
Yeah, hey, Tamara, you could have let that boy out that contract. I'm talking about, Gotti could let that boy out that contract. You didn't have to keep him in that contract. You knew that boy wanted to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Just a friend. You could have let him on. I said, okay, man, I made a lot of money off you, man. I'm going to let you go, man. You can go be playing with everybody you want to. You know, I think what they do is they hold on to them guys almost like insurance policy. What I mean by that, I'm saying, okay, say, I know I got money, so if I spend all my money, I still got you to get me some more money.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I mean,
That's
it's
the way
hard
to look at it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you could have let him go because he was real with him. You know, hey, man, I made you a lot of money, dude. I mean, man, you know, I want to go with somebody else. And if you were such a friend, you know, I know that like I'm playing like two friends, but you were such a CEO or whatever, you would understand that I wanted to move on.
Mm-hmm.
And you could have let the man went on with his life. Okay, man, I'll let you go. You ain't got to take nothing from me or rob me or beat me up or do nothing like that, man. And you go on and be happy, man. And you go past somebody else, you know. But when it's almost they try to blame you, you know.
Right,
like
right.
A credit card or something, you know
It's definitely a sharky business for sure.
But that's what I'm saying. He knew that boy was tired. You can see it in Pooh's face. He's tired. You can see it. Like, tired. Y'all stressing him out. He got to take care of his whole family. He a young man trying to take care of everybody, and that's hard to do when you with a little money.
Yeah.
And it's all about money. It ain't about nothing else but money. You know, everybody's trying to use somebody. It ain't about the friends or nothing like that. It's about usury. How much I can get out of him. I'll give him $1 million to make $10 million. And he ain't stupid. You know what I'm saying? He just kind of do enough to stay above water.
Do you think that if Gotti had wanted him, he should have bought him out of the contract?
Yeah, he could do that too. But see, I think, well, you know, I'm just on my opinion. I just think he was just trying. I guess he was just trying to stay excited to go talk with him. I ain't saying, you know, like I know what I'm just saying. I think if Gotti was not Gotti, I mean, I think if Gotti was such a good CEO, if it was me, I would have let Pooh Shiesty go. That's why I had to go through all this, what I'm going through now. I would have understood that because I was a rapper too, and I was in one of them forever ending contracts that I couldn't get out of. So I understand what Pooh going through because I've been through it.
Yeah. Were you a rapper in Memphis?
No, what I'm saying is Gucci was a rapper before he was CEO.
Oh, okay.
So he understands those. Yeah, he understands those.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, okay, I understand you, brother, because I was there. That's why I said I understand because Gucci was a rapper. I would have let him went on. I would have took. I said, look, man, I'm gonna tear this contract up. You owe me nothing. You broke either, man. You go stand with who you want to stand with, and that would have never happened. It probably overlooked him. It might would have changed Pooh Shiesty's mindset. Sometimes you do little things for people. It can change their whole mindset, their whole general idea of what they're trying to do. You get what I'm talking about? Like, if you did that to him, he'd be like, he'd be forever gracious to you. He would have. He'd be forever gracious because he would have said, man, he was like, Goofy, let me go, man. He told me I don't owe him nothing.
Yeah, but you know they kind of look at it as business, and I feel like the lawyer should have been there, and whoever wanted him, rather even if Yo Gotti had a machine behind him that was willing to give him the money to front it. You see what I'm talking about? To help him with it. They should have did that.
Yeah, I get that, but I'm just saying, I'm probably me as Goofy, man, I would have understood that. Whatever you did with Yo Gotti would be between him and Gotti. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I let him go with nothing. You know, I mean, I made money off of him, but I'm good. You know what I'm saying? That's what I say. You can go on saying what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you want to do, I just want you to be happy. Because I'm happy. I'm married. I got children. I got this nice house. I got this. I got that. So I'm good, bro. So you gonna be happy. I want you to be happy too. That's what I'm saying. We got to uplift each other.
Yeah.
We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We be down on each other, hurting each other, fighting each other, robbing each other. Everybody probably would have never done that if you just went on and let them went on about his business.
But now, do you give him some type of responsibility for being? He just got out the feds. Pooh knew better. That was another way to do that. And what about his father being there, allowing it?
I mean, he don't run with his phone because, you know, like I said, Pooh take care of everybody. And then if I was his dad, I would have told him, no, don't do it, son. Sometimes you got to have a friend that'll tell you no. I said, son, I think that's a bad move, man. We robbing him and taking his stuff ain't the way to go. We got to try to figure out another way to get you out this deal.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if we got to have a sit down with Gucci and try to make another 2 or 3 albums, or 1 album, or a double CD, or we get out to do it, we would do that. But it's a way of doing it. But when he's young, so he's his man all over the place. He just trying to get this deal to go get another deal. He's like, I just need to get out of this, man. He wasn't thinking straight, but they were like, whatever you want to do, son. So let's talk to this man. Let's try to get out of this deal. Let's try to tell him we'll make a double CD, and we'll try to pay him whatever we owe him, and then we'll go from there. And if he let us go off that, then that's a deal. We'll take that. You know, it's a way around anything.
Mm-hmm.
I think y'all would sit down like, man, everybody would sit there smoking cigars and you know, and talked over what, you know, and Pooh could have said, well, I'm tired now. I did 5 years in the Fed. I don't have that type of money, bro. I'm struggling. You know, just be, you know, sometimes it's just to be real. Just tell people the truth. Man, I'm struggling out here, man. I'm trying to pay everybody. I'm trying to pay you, the labor, this, you know what I'm saying? And I ain't got it.
Right.
You know so sometimes it's good to be cool, but sit down, man. Let's sit down and talk about it. We ain't always got to fight. That's what I'm saying. We ain't always got to rob each other, because sometimes that ain't there. Now you in more trouble than you were always in the first place. You see what I'm saying? But you got to have some smart people around you that can talk to you and keep your man at ease. But like you said, that's where Daddy came in. Son, I don't think it's a good move to go take the man's stuff. Let's talk with him. Let's just try to get an understanding. We're going to sit down and we'll talk with him. Let's try to work this thing out. You know, and possibly, you know, go down here, hit him up, beat him up, and hurt him. Because Gucci man seem like you're an understandable person just by looking at him.
Right.
It's like you talk real talk with him like he'll understand it, bro. I understand.
Right. Well, let me get, it's other people calling in. I appreciate you calling. What area in Memphis are you from? What area?
North Memphis.
Shout out to North Memphis. I appreciate you for calling in.
Oh, no problem. Ain't no problem, Tamara. I'm just trying to break that down because everybody going to be running with it when we got to have some understanding, too. We just can't just be beating up on all our people. We got to have some understanding. Pooh Shiesty is a young man, and he don't think like one.
Right.
You know, so we gonna make mistakes. It happens. We gonna do some dumb things in life before we get. Because when you get older, you start to settle down. You know, because you can't move like you did when you're young. So the thinking process is gonna be more. Man, let me sit my foot down. You know what I'm saying? But when you're young, you all over the place.
Right. Well, I appreciate you for calling in.
Oh, okay, Cam. Okay, man.
Thank you, darling. You have a good night.
Okay, you too.
Bye-bye. Shout out to him for calling in. I don't be want to ask people their name because I don't want them to get spooked. I'm going to call the person back who was beeping in. Jay Smith says Gucci retired from the streets. Gucci would have brought his guys if he was street.
Welcome to the voicemail 90.
Okay, person that called in, I called you back. The number is 901-329-9819. 901-329-9819. You all can call in. Okay, you all can call in. And express your opinion on this. Everybody's opinion is respected. I feel one way. Okay. Maybe I should be neutral as the host, but I just don't know how to be neutral. Okay. I'm going to get to that. But even still, if your opinion is totally different from mine, I respect your opinion. Okay. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button. Also, if you want to support the channel, you can hit up the super thanks or the super chat. Okay. What's up, Steven?
Excuse me.
You know your number not programmed in this phone. What's up, the hitter?
What's going on?
What's up? Now, what was that you were saying about bagging them?
Well, I mean, it looked like Shiesty was able to get them together and squash the beat, and they recorded some songs, but we'll never hear them.
Why you think Gucci not gonna clear them?
Not at all.
Mm-hmm.
Some other discussion with him and Glorilla.
So what do you think? Do you think that Gucci? Who do you think is wrong in this situation? In your opinion?
I feel like both of them are wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like we should have put that song out. You know.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta understand why people. You gotta understand why people are so upset. Is because Roden spent 20 years wearing this mask, and now he didn't took the mask off. Everybody pissed. You know.
You talking about Gucci?
Yeah.
You talking about now? You talking about in terms of quote unquote snitching?
No, he wore this mask for 20 years like he was this big gangster, big stepper. He'd never tell. You know, and now when the opportunity presents itself, it's beneficial for him, and he tells it. You know, so people got an elephant memory on the internet. So yeah, he gonna get crucified. He didn't unfollowed everybody on Instagram except for his wife. So.
If you think about it, I kind of feel like that's how he wants it, you know. And then, in my opinion, I feel like people evolve.
You feel like what now?
People evolve. You know, maybe he felt a certain way at one time, and now he's, a executive. You know, he has a lot to lose. I wouldn't let them run off with $1 million chain that I had to file a report on to get the insurance money back. I wouldn't do it either.
No, I agree. But this is what I'm saying. People do evolve. But they evolve when it's beneficial to them. I mean, he was just doing songs with Finesse, doing songs with B.L. Kenny, rapping that gangster shit. But this is the same law.
You talking about Gucci?
Yes.
Lord have mercy.
But this is part of the problem too. People act like they can't differentiate between gangster rap and the person that's spitting gangster rap. See, we want the people that make these songs to actually go out and rob banks and shoot people and, you know what I'm saying, catch bodies. You know, if you don't have a track record of bodies, then you're not official. So it's like the fan base is so fickle. We spoke on it last night. You know, Taylor Swift or Adele, they don't have to go out and catch bodies. They don't even have to be promiscuous. That's only for us. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You're talking about for the female black artist.
Yeah, Jelly Roll don't have to catch bodies.
Right.
Jelly Roll don't have to be a gangster. But we the only one that put that weight on our artists that, you know what I'm saying, you're not even a real rapper if you don't have a hat, if you don't have a record. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by record, a criminal record, you know? So, I mean, it's a lose-lose battle on all ends.
Yeah. Do you fault Pooh's father any, or you feel like Pooh is a grown man?
No, I absolutely fault Pooh's father and his mama. Like, man, we were just saying on the live stream that Pooh got a video. There's a video circulating online where Pooh had to be like 15, 16 in the house with his mama smoking a blunt.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
You know, and it's like, Ain't nobody checking this type of behavior. Nobody checking this type of behavior. So you just hope and pray for the best when a man get to the age where he have to be accountable for his own actions, even though y'all ain't taught him nothing. So y'all definitely blame them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What do you think the Art Horn's whole what do you think his whole motive was of being on there? Because see, his person, you know, you normally see attorneys at the end, or you know, regardless of whatever the turnout is. He said they ain't even dropped the indictment. Why is he on? You know.
And that's another question we've been asking. Why is he speaking? Why is he giving interviews? You know, who knows? I do know that. I do feel like he's involved because the plan was to bring 30 and Shiesty over to CMG. Now he's trying to make sure that he can at least get 30 over to CMG. Everything that he's saying is severing 30 from Pooh Shiesty.
Yeah.
Even to the point of throwing Pooh Shiesty's whole defense under the bus.
You said his defense?
Right. Yeah. He's saying that, yeah, that definitely was an altercation between Pooh Shiesty and Gucci Mane, but that had nothing to do with my client. My client was there to record music.
Yeah, he did. He kind of indirectly redirected it back to Pooh Shiesty.
Exactly.
And, you know, people are not talking about the other guys that was there that I'm sure don't have the money. And then he say some of them are out or something like that.
He said all of them had bonds, but all of them got to go to Dallas and get their bonds. They got to have their hearings redone.
Shouldn't they be worried about the ones that ain't got the money to fight?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, they talking about Gucci and them telling everything. That's what they need to be worried about. Because Gucci going to be okay either way. They're the ones that's looking at them football field numbers.
Right. Either way it goes, Shiesty cooked. He cooked. I mean, he got to walk down 30 years. It just is what it is.
You think they're going to give him that many years?
I think so, because he's a repeat offender, and you know his conduct precedes him. How do you make the same mistake out on bond? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
One thing that judges that they despise is when they give you a second chance and you just throw it back in their face. I really think they're gonna make Shiesty pay for this.
Well, I mean, Art is letting you know. You know, he letting you know what his alibi is gonna be. You know, he says that 30 was there the day before. He's saying the feds are gonna have to. He insinuated the feds only was able to charge his client with a federal charge because they're saying his intent, he crossed state lines, which is to commit a crime. You know, that's a federal charge.
Right.
He said they're going to have to prove the intent. But who's to say? Because if we believe what Hernandez Govan say, he said that Big 30 recorded it. They're saying that he also blocked the passageway. So he looking at kidnapping charges too.
Right, the kidnapping, but I think he can poke holes in there. I mean, you say he blocked the door, but
he could have just been standing there, right?
He could have just been standing in the room, and where he was standing was right by the door. So, you know, feds don't tell the truth 100% of the time. They tell American this to fit their narrative.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the way I look at it. But I really feel like he can beat this. If not, it'll be a slap on the wrist. He'll be back home. But Shiesty and them other guys, now if those other guys say something contrary to what Art Horn is trying to present for 30, then that might be a problem.
If there's a video circulating out there, that's going to be a problem.
Right. If there's a video,
and some people was able to witness Big 30 holding a phone recording something, that's gonna be a problem.
Right. You see, nobody has said that. Nobody has said this except for bloggers.
Right. That's true.
So, yeah,
that's true. I don't know. It's just a bad situation. What kind of, you think they're gonna give his daddy a tap on the wrist?
No, because he's a career criminal as well. Yeah, it's relevant conduct. That's the terminology that they use, and the dad has been in trouble federally a few times. He's an informant. And who you gonna tell on to get out of this gym? I know you're not gonna.
He can't tell on his son.
Exactly.
Zoomer said he think he's gonna get 40. I hope they don't do him like that. But Texas is not gonna play with him.
No. It's gonna be up there. It's definitely gonna be up there. I mean, 300 plus months I'm looking at.
That's sad for a young man, ain't it? That didn't commit a murder. I think what they did was wrong, but I don't think they should give him 30 years.
Right.
I don't think that a murder, yes.
It's just the circumstances that surround it and the fact that the feds move on the point system. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That point system is gonna screw him up because of the simple fact that, one, you there and you shouldn't have been there. You on a monitor. Them folk call you twice. They call you twice while you was there. That should have been the guardian angel on your shoulder telling you,
don't do it.
Don't do it. Let's just put this out. So
you never know who escalated that. He might have not even been the one to escalate it. Because if you look at Pooh Shiesty, we don't know him. He seemed to have we know he do devilish things, but he still seemed to be pretty laid back.
Right.
But his dad, it seemed like he might be rah-rah. Did he escalate that situation to put him in a position where it had to go that way?
And that's possible. That's why I say the whole time, he taking bones to Shiesty inside the wall. Hey man, I talked to Gotti today. Gotti said such and such. That type of stuff. Where you kind of accelerate this, but this damn fool, instead of toting them bones, he should have been talking to every lawyer he could to see what they could do to poke their way out of this contract. I don't get it. I mean, when you factor in that this man had his daddy with him, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, it is.
It really is.
And like I said, they gotta worry about what those young men that is not being talked about. It seemed like to me they was the ones that walked out with all the merchandise and shit.
Right. Absolutely.
T the nurse says, I don't feel sorry for Gucci for them. Gucci has a lot to lose. Your Gotti is trying to get rid of Gucci like he did Dolph. Debbie says Texas DOJ don't play. No, Texas DOJ don't play. I was explaining to them about what they did when, Katrina had happened. And when people come down there and commit crimes, especially when it is as sensationalized, when it's sensationalized, period. Texas is already tough because, Bush was the governor down there. They made sure they fixed them good old boys made sure they fixed them laws and stuff up real good. And so they just feel like they need to do a demonstration, especially on a case this public.
No, that's true. That's true. And when you got people that, they want to strap up and go across state line, They definitely don't. They definitely gonna frown at that. They definitely gonna frown at that. Yeah. So,
Yeah, it's sad either way. You know, I hope Pooh has some money put away. You know, he bought the big house in Cordova. I'm
Right.
sure Pooh don't have no credit, so in order to have a house in his name, I'm sure he put a lot of money down on it. So maybe they'll be straight for a while, for a long time. I hope.
Right. Right. And the whole thing about the situation with Pooh is pissed off because a lot of money that was owed to him was just held out.
Mm-hmm.
It was just held out. And you can't put it on one particular thing. A lot of people trying to put it on Scar. They're trying to put it on, you know what I'm saying? It's a bevy of things that convinced him that this was the best way to handle this. So, unfortunately, you know what I'm saying, he threw as an artist.
Yeah, because I don't think, even if he was to get out of this some kind of way, I don't know, not unless because I think he was to get out of it, he would really be hot. Gotti would still want to sign him.
Right, exactly. But shit, ain't nobody trying to sign a 62-year-old Pooh Shiesty.
Well, Gotti big head, they've been to walk that graveside. He wouldn't be able to sign Pooh Shiesty at 62 because he ain't gonna be here. Because he got about 20 years on him.
I tell you what, though, I saw the vision. It took a minute, but I saw the vision. He wanted them to carry on the CMG legacy. He really did.
He wanted who to carry on the CMG legacy?
Shiesty in 30. Shiesty in 30. Mm-hmm. But I still think there's room for 30. If R. Horn can get him out of this jam. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But, there ain't nobody over there. You got Moneybag, but Moneybag.
He got Glorilla.
He got Glorilla, but man, you gonna let Glorilla tote the whole label? That's all I'm saying.
Well, they said Moneybag's supposed to be dropping something down there.
Yeah, he is. But Moneybag is on the downside of his career.
I agree, Injustice Advocate. She says, live your life right and not for money. I agree. Because the love and lust for the money has gotten a lot of people in bad positions. It got them in the positions they're in now. I'm not saying he's not supposed to have wanted what was due to him. Mm-hmm. But, and I made the point, because you said in the chat that they had given him a blank check if he could get out of the contract. What they should have took that blank check and did was gave it to Gucci. That's how they would have got him out the contract.
Right. And buy him out the contract.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you now, there's no word between Gotti and Gucci. Period. They arch enemies. But I said that too. But they are arch enemies. They can't stand each other. And I think it's more on the Gucci side than it's on the Gotti side. Just to be honest with you.
I don't know. I would think. Well, yeah. I would think at this point it probably so, and I don't think it has everything to do with Keisha K. Or I think it's got a lot to do with Gotti being involved in taking out young Dolph, and they was cool.
I respect what you're saying, but it's older than that. That beef is way older than even the first incident with Dolph. You know what I'm saying?
Right, and I believe that there was beef there before. But sometimes you could be beefing with somebody, and then, hey, you could be beefing with him and you don't like him, but you go and do something like what he did. That dude paid for that dude to be killed. I mean, that intensifies it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and bro, Gotti did give him a bag. He gave him a bag just for trying. I'm assuming, but that was too late. At that point, he was throwing money out the window, so, you know what I'm saying, the feds wouldn't confiscate it.
Well, Gotti gave him money. That was just a motive. You know what I mean? Like, that's one of the oldest tricks in the book. You know, I know he ain't treating you right, so I'm gonna give you some. That intensifies that and that not anxiety.
What I'm saying is, to you, he gave him a bag after all of this happened. Like, you know, well, at least you tried. You know, it didn't work, but you tried. Yeah. This was in like mid-January. That's when Shiesty just started going crazy, just buying crazy stuff. Like he got he went and bought a Maybach that he probably never even drove. He bought a Maybach that's only 25 of them produced in the world. He got one of them.
And I bet that caused even more issues with Shiesty and Gucci. At this point, he's saying Gotti feed me. So, you know, I don't regardless of what the bitch ass nigga say, I don't want, you know, Gotti didn't just give him that money out of generosity. I mean, it definitely had undercurrent.
Right, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But all I'm saying is he had already ran his plates on Gucci when he gave him that money. You know what I'm saying? The robbery took place on the 10th of January.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Daryl says he gave him the bag because he thought Pooh was out the contract. What you say about that?
He said he thought he was out of the contract.
Mm-hmm.
That could be it too. I wonder what that contract is. They couldn't have thought that contract was valid. They couldn't have thought that contract was valid.
Maybe they thought he was gonna let it. They thought it was gonna be the street thing. You know what I mean? Like he wasn't gonna say nothing. You think?
I'm not sure.
But surely now they couldn't have been that dumb though. Not if you're a business person. I'd have been scared to do it. Sign anybody. You know.
I'm gonna lean against that he thought it was because he got that contract, because I'm telling you, if they thought that contract was legit, they would have sent it up the chain of who it needed to go to. And nobody asked it.
Right. They better had tore it up and ate it and shitted it out. Exactly. So it can never be.
Exactly. I think they found out real early in the game that the dude standing outside the door just happened to be an off-duty police officer. You know what I'm saying? I think when they found that out, they went into preventative maintenance, basically calling everybody in their power to throw a blanket over this, including Atlantic Records.
Mm-hmm. And how do you think Atlantic tried to throw a blanket over it?
By talking to Gucci. But it was too late.
Yeah, it was too late.
Mm-hmm. Gotti just didn't seek the benefit out of this. There's a lot of people depending on Pooh Shiesty coming home and doing what he was supposed to be. Yep.
I tell you, I really hate it. You know, Pooh Shiesty went and got his mouth grilled up with diamonds too.
And don't let nobody fool you. Pooh Shiesty is in that same company with Dirt and YB. If he had stayed on the straight and narrow, he would have been right there. He'd have been right there.
Oh wow. I'm looking at, they said, trying to see. It said, here's Pooh Shiesty's reported reaction to Gucci Mane's police statement in the kidnapping case. Gucci Mane and Pooh Gucci Mane and Pooh Shiesty are at the center of the bombshell kidnapping, blah, blah, blah. It says Gucci Mane alleged police statement shared in court as confirmed by Pooh Shiesty's lawyers following the failed bond. An FBI agent testified in court about the criminal case. Journalist Brian Boom Paul set off a chain of reactions after he revealed on X what went down. Paul reported that FBI agent Hansen admitted that Gucci Mane spoke to Dallas police on the evening of January 10th, the same day as alleged kidnapping and robbery at Lumina Studios in far north Dallas. For context, Hansen did not write the criminal complaint. A 4-year agent, Brittany Garcia, did. She was in the courtroom during the bond hearing but did not testify. It says Pooh Shiesty's courtroom reaction revealed. Meanwhile, courtroom eyes all turned towards Pooh Shiesty during the proceedings. Journalist Bryson Paul said Pooh rested his head against the courtroom wall and shook his left leg while defense attorney Bradford Cohen questioned the agent. Furthermore, he allegedly appeared to shake his head in disbelief as details about Gucci Mane's alleged. So it sounds like to me either he's saying shaking his head saying I didn't do it, or he's in disbelief that he really put the people on him.
It's the second one. He can't believe that the nigga really told on him.
Well, I think everybody's in disbelief that he would go and do something like this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, at that point, he gotta know he cooks. He gotta know it. That's why his leg was shaking.
Yeah, it's over with.
It's over.
His daddy gonna be in court Monday.
I thought one of them was supposed to go to court today. Didn't Arhorn say 30 was supposed to be in court today in Dallas?
I think it's the other guy.
Oh, okay. The other guys that they don't talk about that ain't nobody paying no attention to.
Yeah, them bus riders.
And and I got tickled. What are the chances of that? They saying their car supposedly got stolen. The car was supposedly stolen.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The car got stolen the night after they did this.
That's weird.
Yep.
Ain't no telling what they did with that car.
Nah, it's really not. Well, I tell you, no-win situation for Gucci. If he would have sent the goons, the public would say unalive for insurance money. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's exactly what they was gonna say.
Mm-hmm.
And then folks would have went and did that. He'd have been right next to Shiesty.
It's just, I still can't wrap my head around it. I still can't wrap my head around it. Like, damn. You took a grown man with you and this nigga didn't tell you that this might not be the smartest thing to do, son. Mm-hmm.
That's why I feel like the dad egged it on. Because remember they say he's a manager. Hadn't he been managing folks?
He's supposed to be managing Shiesty. But yeah, I feel like he's gonna get what he deserves. They gonna show him with not raising up his son the way he should go. What that cost him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I like I said, I really hate this. I still think that they're able to use your lyrics against you in court. You know, they was fighting during the Biden administration, but nothing got passed. I think that they can still, he might have, don't be surprised if they don't use FDO against him.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. They don't do nothing but use the like first 8 days. FDO, first day out, bitch, fuck the feds. If they don't use nothing but that.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's got a battery in their back.
He said, my grandma told me to watch out for snake the whole time I'm the snake. I ain't seen a hit. But he said I ain't seen a hit in 3.
And to the mob boss, the Texas federal investigators, they don't care what kind of deal you got with the field office in Memphis. They don't care nothing about that.
No, they don't.
So you can be an informant all you want to in the Bluff City, but yeah, they don't care about that in the Lone Star State.
The Lone Star State got a point to prove.
Mm-hmm.
They do, and they get ready to use their resources to prove it while the whole world is looking.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of believe the other young man, Yellow, what's his name? Yellow Boy.
Mm-hmm.
Is his name Yellow Boy? The boy down there in Dallas. I think he finished. You know, the one that paid for the hit on Mo 3.
Yellow Beaver.
Yeah.
What you call him?
Yellow Boy. I don't know where I get that name.
Okay. Yeah, you were right. That would have mean Yellow Beaver. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Yellow Boy, he might be done. He might be done. Yeah, but I ain't gonna hold you, Miss P. I wanted to chat with you. Shout out to the chat.
Yeah, shout out to the chat. Also, chat, I want to do something. If I want for you all to if you all are in the chat, I want you all to donate. The ones that being here for me, I want you all to donate to Alabama Hills Cash App for me. I want you all to do that for me. Hitter, what's that Cash App?
My Cash App?
Yeah.
$, the Alabama Hitter.
Yeah, y'all donate to $ the Alabama Hitter for me tonight. I would appreciate that.
I appreciate that, Miss T. You know, it's been a rough 4-5 weeks. You know,
I know
it's all
it.
good.
I know it.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, I appreciate you. I'm gonna donate too. I appreciate you for coming up.
I appreciate you, man. I'll talk to you later.
Okay, I love you. Talk to you later.
Love you too.
All right, bye. Yeah, make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Okay, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. Please like, share, and subscribe. Owens Steadera says DFW has the World Cup coming in a few months. They don't want any negativity around the city. Dallas is one of the biggest tourists. Yeah. And plus Texas laws, they just don't play. Texas is one of those states that when you get the death penalty, you're not going to sit up on death row. You know, like in Tennessee and other states. And I think Oklahoma don't play about being on when you're sitting up on death row either. But in Texas, you're not going to sit up on death row. A lot of people die on death row. They never send them to the chair or nothing like that. In Texas, you exhaust your appeals, you out of here in 8-9 years at the most. Okay, so they really pride themselves on. That's why I can't understand. Pooh Shiesty, even if Pooh didn't know it, Pooh Shiesty's father had to have known it. And they're gonna all of the shit that's been going on in Tennessee and Memphis. Everybody's talking about they had to send the National Guard to Memphis. The rappers are out of control. The people are out of control. Y'all already know they is sitting down there, sitting back saying, oh, they've been getting away with that shit in Memphis. We got to prove up, let them know that they're not going to get away with that shit in Texas. Okay, them rappers been down there running amok. We got to let them know you don't come to Texas with that shit. That's why I can't. That's exactly what they're gonna do. That's why I ain't so sure. I'm not so sure that 30 gonna get a slap on the wrist. If he get off, it's gonna be pure luck. Okay, it's gonna be because an angel over top of his head. Cause them boys down there, them boys down there planning on making an example. They don't really give a damn what their part was. They want to make an example out of them. Okay. In which I believe totally that they was wrong. Okay. I believe that they was wrong for what they did to Gucci. And I don't fault Gucci at all. I feel like Gucci did the right thing. I feel like he did the right thing totally. Emerald says, nah, he ain't getting the slap on the slap. He assists Pooh Shiesty allegedly. See, Art think that it's gonna be as simple. See, Art is used to charming the people in the justice system in Memphis. They don't give a damn about him in Texas. They got their own rules. Okay. So he might not even somebody who said that Gray Face, he probably ain't gonna even be his attorney down there. Okay. I'm thinking about Justice for Dolph said that Quit hate me. I mean, I thought maybe if he liked the show, he wouldn't mind. Since he telling everybody he wouldn't mind sending us the video. He wouldn't mind sending us the video. Since he got it. Big Pressure said, if all is true, why DPD didn't make an arrest that night? Yep, Justice for Doubt. That's true. I heard that. They said quit in the bushes. Gotti in the bushes too. Y'all know Gotti is the biggest fan. He's the number one fan. Okay, he's the number one fan of the show. Yo Gotti is. Okay, he's the biggest fan. Still Daryl says, did they let the investigation go on that long trying to trap Gotti into it? I don't know. Greyface says because Shiesty was federal property. Yeah. People still forget that Pooh Shiesty is still property of the feds. He's still federal property. Isn't that something when you go to jail, they consider you property? Not even a human being, but property. That's why these dudes got to wake up. I hate that Shiesty did this to himself. Who is Stan? Who is Stan? Justice for Dolph? Oh, his brother. I don't know what I'm thinking about. His brother Stanley. Okay. M. Rose says, y'all know my mind, how my mind be blanking out sometimes. M. Rose says they also cross state line with them guns. Yeah, right. And that's another thing. I know Art is going to try to say that they never had a gun. Hello, this is Tamara.
How you doing, Miss Tamara?
I'm good. How about you?
You know, I'm having the greatest day ever.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Are you there, darling?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, what you want to talk about?
Well, hold on. Let me put these people in the back seat. Because I'm trying to take them on the ride. This Junebug, you know. I had called you earlier. You had asked me about Gucci, man.
Yeah.
And Pooh Shiesty. And I told you I was a Christian. You listened to my message.
No, I didn't listen to it, so you're going to have to tell me again.
Oh, I was telling you, like I was telling you in the form, you know what? We marketed Gorilla, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's one of our talents, you know? a lot of times people don't understand how you can be like married to the talent, so to speak. You know, you have personal roles. That's all in society. Glorilla is the truth, you know? They really running stuff for real. But you was talking about Gucci Man, which we don't know really, but we do know because we in Atlanta. You know, a lot of people in Atlanta love us because we got Nexus in the hood, and we love Coca-Cola, you know? So a lot of people love us with it. Like, you know, LeBron, all those people, they understand the concept of a land and they culture, right? So what we doing over here, you know, the people was like the Jive Turkeys, you know? The Jive went out of business, but they was resurrected, you understand?
Okay.
When they was resurrected, they put these two gentlemen over there, and like anything else, they don't believe that these people are gangsters. Now, I know you saying Pooh Shiesty and all that, but I'm telling you, like Outkast, Britney Spears, and who else is dying? There's a whole much, it's just a legacy of gangsters. It Jive Records. You don't know anything about the history of record companies. Now, these boutique gangsters out here with these fake sounds understand when I say gangster, you know? They're not understanding. I'm telling you what it is. Jive is the truth. All what people love. Rap music came from the Bronx, but when it came from Atlanta, it came from Outkast, a jive artist. These people on the top, you don't know who Outkast. You don't know who Big Boy, Andre 3000. That's who you coming up against when you bring that little boutique understanding to Junebug.
To Junebug. So let me ask you something, Junebug. Are you from Memphis?
Am I from where?
Memphis.
No, I'm from, you know what? I stayed in Memphis. I was a police officer here in Memphis, maybe for about 8 years. But I'm originally from Jackson, Mississippi. Everybody in Memphis know Junebug. They call me the ruler. You know.
No, I don't. Well, I don't. What's your real name there?
My real name, Gotti, is the female dog. Is what my dad told me to tell you. I don't want to go across the airways. I know people in YouTube. I don't want to change the rims up or anything, but they know what they call me. My name is the female dog. You know?
Okay, but they call you Junebug too. Now, what happened to you on? Why you?
I say two from you.
Why?
I'm Junebug.
So why you not on the?
You know who it feels is?
No, who is that?
I was telling you to tell you the repository. You think I'm sitting here playing with you in different things. Now, it's rumored. I don't know what the rumor is, but all over YouTube, they believe that my particular sound, I dropped all type of sounds today. I know Gucci Man dropped what is it? What you got today? Where you jump or something crashed on me. They ain't crashed on me. But he got all up into all this other type of stuff, marketing, to gangsters, holding up people and all that type of stuff. That ain't how you market no CD. I'm a Christian. I can't tell you. How you market a CD is worldwide, through the worldwide nexus of the Christianity, meaning that these particular beasts come from the Lord Jesus. You can't stop that. Now, there's definitely all that type of stuff you might be able to stop. I can stop some of that stuff. Some of it is stuff that comes through the window. I can stop a little bit of it, but not much of it. You understand?
Right.
So that's not right. It's the truth. You said through the truth.
Okay. So let me ask you something. Who do you think was wrong?
Wait.
Then
that's a relationship. Unless you want to understand what we are together now. You call some other nigga love that I just had to handle.
Well, let me ask you something. Let Let me ask you something. Do you think that Pooh Shiesty was wrong? Do you think that Pooh Shiesty was wrong?
I'm telling you, Pooh Shiesty, listen to me. I ain't like these people finesse 2 times. And the Pooh Shiesty is one of these handsome rappers. He got a lot going for him. And what I think it is a lot of water play going around. People doing stuff and what I call mafia kind of crossing them type stuff, you know. You know, people get in them and act out for them and different type of stuff. But when I'm coming back, I'm not going to get too much into that. But that ain't how you market. No CD. They back and you can hear them breathing the breathers are here because they understand what I'm saying.
All right. And that's he drunk. Junebug. I talks about Junebug and little Rufus all the time, child. Oh, Lord have mercy. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Okay, please like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't hit the like button, please do hit the like button. Like, share, and subscribe. I don't know why people call in and then they hang up. It's okay. You can call in. I'm cool. Let me see. Let me call.
Hey, Miss T.
Hey, you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Maybe stay to hit the end button.
Okay. Is this Dominique?
Yeah. How you been?
Good. How about you?
Yeah, I'm back in America, so I'm happy.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. How you been?
I've been good. I've been doing really well. What you think about this situation? Who you think right or wrong?
I don't blame Gucci at all. I think, to be honest, even if he didn't say nothing, Shiesty would have been screwed anyway. So what's the difference? That video, I mean, they got the track monitor on state lines. You know, he's gonna be charged for a lot of stuff. State lines, armed rob, cross state lines with guns while you were felon. Automatic 15 years right there. That's half the sentence. Then we do the armed robbery, that's 10. And then you a felon already. You can get 30 years. That's why I say 30 to life. Because it's possible. You may not do life, but you can get life for this. But I don't understand it because he never dropped the album or went on tour. So I'm just trying to figure out where he got that number from.
You're right. He never dropped the album. He never went on tour. That's true.
And he even said when he was in prison, he was getting penitentiary rich. Gucci was giving him the money, put money on his books. So, yeah, I know Gotti gave him some money, but, Gucci took care of that, man. I really think it has more to do with his cousin, his scar. I don't think he took care of his cousin that well, all that. I think that's what the main reason is. But if you don't know the music business, you're going to always think you owe something. You ain't put in the work that you're supposed to do. I mean, you got platinum songs, but you got paid for that,
Because they charge them for everything, every single thing.
Yeah, and then why you just mad at be mad at Atlanta? We don't ever go at the white folks. You know what I'm saying? We always go after each other. And it's just sad. Go to the CEO of Atlanta and do that to him. So that is me out. But Govan. I just watched some of his videos. He the real snitch, to be honest. That dude can't keep his mouth closed about nothing. I don't get it. He's supposed to be a G. This is my business, man. That dude on every interview in the world, spill on everybody's business. Talk about T.I. and Lil Flip With anybody. Anybody give him a little check, he run his little mouth. So, talk about what he do, and he a rat himself. That's real snake right there. So, but people got their own opinions about that.
So is 42 Doug still signed to CMG?
Yeah, he is. Relationship a little rocky though. I know Trick helping him with that. I know Gotti got a lot of respect for Trick. So I think they're trying to do a little business on the side to get him up out of there. But they don't hate each other, but it is a little rocky relationship. But nothing that happened to 42 Doug. It won't be no Shiesty Gucci situation, I can tell you that. But it is a little rocky business going. But he still signed the same. I'm gonna see my homie soon. I just got back in America, so I get to Detroit to my home.
Okay, well, I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, I've been writing the chat not like a lot because I've been out of the country. I have a few times. I don't know if you saw. I want to give you some info about Gotti. I even got this Govan video. I didn't know this, but allegedly they trying to say that Gotti Rolls Royce got stuff over 100 times.
Yeah, that's what Govan said. I don't believe it.
Yeah, I don't believe it either because we would have heard it, but I just want to put that out there. If anybody never seen that video, I think Govan did another interview too. He did one with Vlad, and he did another one with DJ Spring. Came out the day or yeah, I don't think we should wrong. It is what it is. I don't feel sorry for Shiesty. Could have did that totally different.
Yeah, he should have did it a different way. I wish he had. He didn't, but I wish he had.
Yeah, he could have. He could have just did free. If you feel like we should take all this money, okay, but do free mixtapes going forward. I ain't dropping no more. I ain't dropping no albums, no singles, no nothing. He could have got paid that way. I mean, he could have did like how Future did Rocco. Slide deals with the label. He do that. It's a lot of stuff in contracts too. Get advances and stuff. I heard a rumor he signed his publishing for $5 million. That's crazy, but I don't know if that's confirmed. That's just one of the rumors. But yeah, that's how.
All right, darling, but I appreciate you for calling in.
Yeah, no problem. I like your new intro you got.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, it's dope. I like that. So you take care.
Okay, honey. Thank you for calling.
Yep. Bye.
Shout out to Dominic calling from Michigan. I think he's from Detroit, or is somewhere around that area. He's definitely from Michigan. Make sure you all hit the like button, and they all sound alike around that Michigan area because who is that? Snake Spotter sounds just like him, and he's from Michigan, from Detroit. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. Anybody else gonna call in tonight? Let's see. Somebody from Alabama called. Here was that you that called me back? This is Emeralds. That's the reason why your Gotti lawyer is throwing Pooh under the bus. He can't get a return on what he gave Pooh. He know he was finessed. Now attorney throwing everything on Pooh. Okay. I'm gonna call you. I'm getting ready to call you.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Yeah, I was just hitting you up because I don't know what bro was talking about, but I didn't want to get out of control. I didn't know where you was going with it.
I know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, he was all over the place, I tell you.
He was. We were trying to. What did he say his name was?
Junebug.
Oh, okay. I thought he said his name was Coke Bottle or something.
He said his dad. So when I asked him what his name, when he initially called, he said he was Junebug, and then when I asked him his name, he said just call me female bitch or something.
Yeah, we thought he said his name was Coke Bottle, the female dog, and I was just like, what? Yeah. I didn't know what the hell was going on, but yeah, he was cool. He was cool. He had just got a little bit of the sauce and fried it. It's a bit.
Yeah, he got that sauce. I forgot to ask him what he tried to say. He wasn't from. Tried to say he wasn't from Memphis, and then forgot and said he was. And and then spoke about his position and said here in Memphis to let you know that he is in Memphis.
Right.
Oh, Lord have mercy, poor guy. You know when they drunk, they do. Lord have mercy. Let me answer this here.
Go ahead.
Okay. This is Tamara. Hello?
How you doing, Miss Tamara?
I'm doing great. How about you?
How you doing, Miss Tamara?
I'm doing really well. How about yourself?
Good. You know what this is, don't you?
I don't. You don't have to tell me. I know you calling from Atlanta.
Cinematic Ken.
Oh, what's up, Ken? I didn't know you was from up that way.
Yeah. You know that's my area.
Oh, so that's interesting. So you got to tell me what's the energy like. What y'all think about this?
I mean, it's a lot of people, on both sides of the fence. You got people that want to stick to street code, and you got people, understanding that, millionaires ain't street guys,
Right.
So it's like, there's a fine line, and it's like, we like almost 50 years old, we having grandkids now, our kids having kids, and it's like, at some point, when can we just be, successful men, and I'm not speaking for everybody, but, what I did want to say is, people mad at Gucci for dropping a record speaking about what happened, but y'all know Pooh Shiesty was going to drop a record talking about robbing them. So
yeah.
What we doing?
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I can't understand. And then they was bragging about it. Evidently, the video is out. If Govan say he looked at it.
Yeah, Govan, Govan got some binoculars or something. Govan, he got his ears to the streets. I think it's strange. Govan, he a different breed. Shout out to the M-Town, but Memphis folks like the M-Town is like the old days.
I'm sorry, they hear another dog out there. They go crazy.
Some things you just can't do.
Right. So do you think? Be quiet. So do you think that like in Atlanta, do you think that they actually cancel Gucci for this?
When Gucci doing the birthday bash, 824 at Phillips Arena, so he's supposed to be like the major headliner.
Your phone broke. Your phone broke up. You said Gucci like what now?
He's the headliner at birthday bash. Can you hear me?
You said he's the headliner?
Yeah, he's the headliner for birthday bash. Can you hear me?
You say he's a headliner for who?
For birthday bash.
Okay, for birthday bash.
Yeah, for Hot 107.9. Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah, so with this coming out, in the media and the news, it's got a lot of people feeling a certain way.
So they don't want to support him?
I mean, Atlanta is one of them type of cities where, they want you to live your raps, so, they just, I don't think a lot of people have had enough money to understand or have lived long enough or have went through just the ups and downs of trying to make the money, to get the money, the shootouts, the robberies, the prison time. Like, people just want to live their life. You know, they might be able to support somebody, you know, coming out the mud doing it, but they don't want you turning the guns on him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you know, if it was smoke, he would have pulled up with it like that, but y'all was already on there. You know what I mean? Y'all wasn't, you was going to say what you had to say no matter what. You was going to get your point across no matter what. That's not business, bro.
Mm-hmm. They said Google in a mogul position like Jay-Z in a way.
Well, you know, Gucci signed in 1017. I mean, 1017 is under Rock Nation, too, so everything going to Jay-Z. You know, so, you know, after Dolph passed, you know, Gucci went and had a little sit down with Jay-Z. So anything he get, that's still under Rock Nation. Everything under Jay-Z's control. Jay-Z's almost.
So 1017 up under Rock Nation?
Yes, they is. Same way CMG is, 1017 is just like this. Under Rock Nation, they got their own umbrella.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
So, but Gucci, you know, I don't think Gucci actually care. You know, he got a family, he got mouths. I don't think he's wrong for, you know, letting the people get in the business, because it's like, you know, you can't unalive everybody, and had he unalived them, you know, people, it's like, I mean, what do you want him to do? You want him just to walk away with $500,000 a jury and all this clout? Then y'all gonna go rap about it? Like, what am I supposed to do? Just nothing?
They said 1017 not up under Jay-Z, he up under Atlantic Records.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Me personally, I don't think it's gonna affect. I think if Gucci did a concert, the folks coming right out.
Gucci got some type of management. He got something with Jay-Z. I don't know what it is. I might just do a little bit more research, but you know, I'll come back with that later. It's something similar with talent and just like everybody else. So I figure that out. But you know, Gucci, man, you know, he's robbed people and he's done wrong by people, and you know, you reap what you sow. So eventually, it's gonna come back on you when you least expect it. So you know, hey, everything they really rapping about and standing for, and everything they doing really is just to make money. But you know, the violence is coming out because everything that they rapping about is how they have to live. So
yeah,
they really ain't really own nothing. So they didn't kill two birds in one stone. Pooh, you going to prison? Gucci, your career's over. Both y'all sit down and clap, and I'm about to drop that.
All right, darling. Thank you for calling in. All right. I feel special. Cinematic King don't normally mess with me like that. I be seeing him in everybody's chat. He don't type in my chat, and I ain't never known him to call in. So I feel special tonight. Cinematic King done call in. Okay, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button for me. Make sure you guys please like, share, and subscribe. TB21 says people who bought the birthday bash tickets don't care about no snitch allegations. They're going to be in the city enjoying themselves. Absolutely, they're not gonna think about that twice, because really the tone, people say things and be thinking another, because a lot of them rappers probably feel like they probably would have did it too, okay, or they would have, you know, did something that would not have been conducive to their livelihood or Pooh Shiesty's livelihood. And I don't like seeing these men kill each other. So, I mean, that's the only other thing Gucci could have did, and I'm glad he was smart enough not to do that. And then it wouldn't have been right. No, I don't want to see them do, even though what they did was wrong. I don't want to see them lose their lives about stupidity, and for some reason I feel like they should get jail time, but I don't want to see them get 30 years. I really don't want to see them. That's like a life sentence for them. You know, I really don't want that to happen. But I mean, I know they aiming for the gusto. Okay, I mean they They got a point to prove. So even 10 years would be a lot for Pooh Shiesty. I mean, he get out at almost 40 years old. I mean, folks might not even be rapping no more in 10 years. Things are changing so quick. Who's to say that folks will be rapping in 10 years? Feds ain't going to play with them. Now they're not gonna play with our horn is talking all brazen. I'm gonna tell you something. Our horn should not have done that video because even if they was gonna give 30 a slap on the wrist, he gonna make it harder for himself or whatever attorney has to represent 30. And make it hard for 32. Listen, y'all, I'm gonna start put my commercials in my video. Y'all, I do bail bonding work. I mean, summer is coming up. Okay. The summer is coming up, and I for some reason a lot of the damn criminals like to stay in my chat. Now, let me just say this, and I ain't got no issues with them because they okay. But I don't want them. I don't want y'all out there committing crimes and stuff. Okay, I would rather live in a crime-free city. But I mean, since you're gonna go to jail, I am a bail bondsman, or bail bondswoman, or whatever you call it. And I have now. I don't get on here and talk about when I do stuff like that. I don't talk about stuff like that, like the people that I've bonded out. And trust me, I've had quite a few managers to walk up in there, especially when I was working. Because at one time I was going over there like at midnight. I stopped going over there at midnight, y'all, because I mean I was locked and loaded. I had some of those bounty hunters over there with me, but like if they would leave and go out searching for somebody, the bounty company I work for directly across the street from the jail, and it's got that big old glass window. So I would look up, it'd be like 2:00 in the morning, and I think they knew when they would see those bounty hunters, white boys with them cold, clear blue eyes. Listen, they would go out and start searching. I'll be sitting there by myself. I'll be locked in, and then I had my gun with me, right? I'll look up. Y'all know a lot of homeless people be downtown. So it'd be 2-3 o'clock in the morning. I'll be looking at TV, or I'll look out the window, and a homeless person. They love to flash me. I got sick of that. I said, good God Almighty, why they want to stand in front of the window and flash me? Why they want to show me it's sad. I looked up one night. I had to call over across the street because the sheriff's department, the sheriffs could look out the window, and I would call over there. I was like, y'all make sure y'all watch me. Y'all make sure y'all be looking out the window. I looked up one night. It was a lady. I had to call them. I had to call 911. She was standing right in the damn window, buck naked. I said I was making good money, but I was like, dog, like I'm tired of this. I'm tired of why everybody wants to show me their ass, they naked ass. I'm sick of it. All the homeless people. So anyways, but I had it's been quite a few rappers to come through there. And it's today is Straight Drop's birthday. Today is Straight Drop's birthday. He said, can I bond him out? He ain't got no bond. Now, when they said they wouldn't have paid that $100,000 bond for Big 30, I was like, dog, they could have came to me. I would have been honest with Big 30. I'd have told him, look here. I'd have told his family, look, when he paid his bond, he got a hold on him. They already knew that boy had a damn hold on him. So, but it's been quite a few rappers that came through there. I burned them out. They family, their mama, their girlfriends, because it's something about their managers and stuff. They don't call, because normally people call. It's like, how much you got to pay? They don't give a damn. They already have the money on them. They get out in the middle of the night. As soon as they take the asses to jail, they be out in the middle of the night looking for anybody to see who is at a bonding company. It just so happened I was crazy enough to be sitting over there at night. All the other companies they people on call, but I'm sitting over there looking at TV and shit. And I guess for the homeless people to flash me all night. And so they'll get out walking, but they had them duffel bags full of money though. Shit. I mean, they had a duffel bag full of money, but like I told them, the bonding company I work for, you gotta have a co-signer. Bring all your money. Just somebody that's got a job, and just make sure you take his ass to court so that they won't put a warrant out on him, and bounty hunters won't be hunting him down. But on my cards, I got, if you want out, I got the clout. Because I mean, if you call me, you're not gonna stay in jail. All the rest of those bail bondsmen don't got it like me. Okay, you're not gonna have to wait, because there's a process with me. You're gonna be out in a couple hours, okay, or less. You might be out in the next hour, okay. So that's why I say, call me. I gotta put I gotta give y'all my number. I guess I'm gonna do a commercial, because y'all know I be doing commercials and stuff. And so I'm gonna make myself a commercial to put into my show so that y'all know to call me. Y'all don't have to worry about me getting on here talking about it, because like I said, it's been a few rappers, and it's something, because one of them I done talked about so bad it don't make no sense. But I wasn't dumb enough. But when his folks came through there, they paid the cash money. They paid that money. And I would never speak about who it was. Okay. I was saying to myself, oh Lord, I hope they don't figure out who I am. then he'll see I've been talking about him. But I'm not gonna say who it was though, right? I'm not gonna say who it was, because maybe if he go back to jail, they'll call me. I don't be sitting over there at the bonding company like I used to. But if you call me, okay, and if you call me, I ain't gonna tell no stories. I'm not gonna. Okay, for a cash, $250, that's a cash bond. If I'm in the area, I'll go on over there and write that bond up for you right quick. But like if you got a big bond, okay, make sure you have your co-signers, because you're gonna need a co-signer. Okay, somebody's got a damn job. They just, just in case you don't. But I would prefer it. Normally, like when it's them, they don't leave no balances. They don't finance their bond. If they come in there, one of them had a $80,000 bond, and they counted that $8,000 out. They didn't leave no balances or nothing. So, but you still got to have a co-signer. They just want to ensure that you come back to court. Okay. Just come back to court. And on, like, normally what I do is, if I can remember, my mind and stuff getting bad now. No, I ain't never had no co-signer named Roderick Kelly. Orange Mountain Quet didn't come through our bonding company. I don't know. I think he went through Tiger. I don't know who he went through. It would be on Odyssey what company he went through, but I don't think he went through us. But my little son done came through. My little son done came through. He's so bad, it's ridiculous. We was working hard to get him out too. We was working hard and fast to get him out. His little butt probably should have stayed in jail because he's so bad. I'm talking about the rapper that I be calling my little son. I bonded him out. I bonded out quite a few of them, but I can't say who it is. I can't say, but I'm not going to say, because their managers come through there. Their managers be so nervous. They be trying. We need to get him out. Them managers be trying to get they money makers out quick. They be trying to get them out quick. I remember one night I was sitting over there one night, and a guy hit the window. Boom, boom, boom. They was in the car. They was looking for a bail bond that was already there. They hit the window. Boom, boom, boom. I looked up, and he was like, I need to get my I'm a manager for such and such, and we need to get him out. He said, the rappers. I was looking at his eyes. His eyes was dancing in his head. I was like, damn. I was like, He said he a manager. He was like, we got the money. Open the door up. I was like, dog, because I stayed over there locked up. I was like, his eyes and shit dancing in his head. Because I watch people's eyes real closely. I watch people's eyes. I could tell when they crazy. I was like, dog, or when they on something, his eyes is dancing in his head. I was like, well, he was like, we got the money. Open up the. So I went ahead. I was like, dog. So I was like, I hate to have to shoot him, but if he make a move, I'm gonna kill him. And they was in a real nice car. I was like, well, maybe they won't try to rob me. They ain't gonna get shit anyways. Hell. But they was in a real nice car. And I went ahead and opened it up. I'm glad I did open up that door, because that was a blessing right there. I promise to God it was. And needless to say, we got him out quick. I did shit. I got him out quick. And the bond was so much, I had to call and wake the owner up, because if the bond is like up in the 100,000s, I have to call the owner and he has to approve it, right? They didn't finance that bond either. They paid every nickel of it. Okay. They paid every nickel of it. All of the 10% of it. Okay. Because sometimes you could pay half of the bond and finance the other half. They paid every nickel of it. Needless to say, see, that's when I was being stupid. When I was going and buying all them shoes and stuff. I used to buy stiletto heels because it was like a stress release for me. Because I worked so much. I was like, I gotta have me some stiletto heels. I gotta have my nails done. I gotta have bubble. I gotta have bubble. I would go in Marshall, spend $200-$300. Like I've thrown away a lot of money, but I'm doing better now. Anyways, I said that to say this. Okay, if you go to jail, call me. Everything is confidential, and I'm gonna have you out quick. Okay. I'm telling you now, other bail bondsmen, they don't have it like I have it. Okay, I'm gonna have you out quick. And when I say quick, I mean your person gonna be out real quick. Okay. David, and it's a lot of good bail bondsmen. Let me say this, child, because they be, like she said, I ain't no good bail bondsman, child. You a good bail bondsman, child. Ooh, leave me alone. But I'm the best. They said Gotti promoting Big Boogie now. He ain't got no choice. He ain't got no choice. I tell you. I bet you Big Boogie probably been praying for that. But he wouldn't promote Big Boogie for nothing. He promoting Big Boogie because he got to make some money. He done went and gave Pooh Shiesty all that money, and it's just money thrown away. Pooh Shiesty would never be able to give him that money back. Yes, only in Tennessee. Only in Tennessee. I need to get licensed somewhere else too, like in Mississippi and Arkansas. They make it real hard for you to get licensed over there in Arkansas because Lord have mercy. Miss Sam, I know that's right. Boss lady, I'm telling you, if you want out on my cards, my tagline is, if you want out, I got the clout. If you want out, I got the clout. I'm gonna tell you, I had a dude. Now, all the people that get on my nerves is my cousins, because the only time I was going over there was when my family members was going to jail, and they was about to run me crazy. My cousin, I had a cousin that went to jail, and he wouldn't even give me the opportunity to write up the damn paperwork. He was calling cuz. Well, I said I was so mad. Like, I was already mad because my auntie, his mama, had to get out, and she had to put her house up for his stupid ass. And I was mad about that because her house paid for it. I know he don't halfway like to go to court, but I've been making him go over there and finish paying his bond. I call him every month. You need to get over there and pay on your bond so that I could go over there. Once he finished paying off the remainder of that, what he financed, I can go over there and release her house. He not get ready to get my damn auntie house taken. And so, and the guy that owned the bonding company, he don't be wanting to take the houses anyways, but it's just the idea that he could put a lien on, he have a lien on the house until they finish paying off their bond. So I have to call him every month and tell him, get your ass down there and go and pay on that bond. Because I fixed it where he could pay $100 a month with his no good ass. And so He was calling me when I was trying to write his bond up. He got on my nerves so bad. He was like, cuz when I'm gonna get out? When I'm gonna get out? I was so mad. I said, motherfucker, you've been going to jail your whole damn life. Hell, you act like you won't give me time to write up the damn bond. You done had your ass in jail your whole damn life. And you constantly calling me like it's something new to you. Shit. Anyway, y'all, but needless to say, okay, he was getting on my nerve, constantly calling me. He said, just the Dawson Zillionaire and Boogie won't promote them. Zillionaire and Boogie wouldn't promote them at gunpoint. Yeah, what? You know what? Gotti signed Zillionaire. Why did he sign Zillionaire? Because he has not been promoting him. Zillionaire must have had some type of traction or a song, and Gotti probably licensed whatever. See, that's what these little dudes don't understand. When they have these hot songs and stuff, people like Gotti are sharky. They have these hot songs, like he signed Glorilla because he wanted to own that song F Nigga Free. That's a good slogan. Glorilla didn't have to sign with Gotti. If she had a business mind, she could have went and made t-shirts. She was supposed to go and trademark that name. Listen, have we have F Nigga Free parties, day parties, like waiting to exhale parties. We have F, like all kinds of girl parties and stuff. She's supposed to be getting booked, performing them songs, selling t-shirts, mugs, everything, just like what Pooh Shiesty was supposed to do. Pooh Shiesty was supposed to be selling Pooh Shiesty masks. If he had sold Pooh Shiesty masks, got him a website, got out and started performing and going on little tour dates or whatever, he could have sold them Pooh Shiesty masks for $50. He wouldn't have needed a dime from nobody. I think I tallied it up. It's a damn shame his dad is supposed to be a manager and he didn't tell him that. You go and get some damn Pooh Shiesty masks. Folks now started wearing them Pooh Shiesty masks because of him. And they call him the Pooh Shiesty mask. He was supposed to get the Pooh Shiesty mask and put his initials on it. Have it engraved on there. Okay? He had charged $50. Now, his song has gotten over 50 million streams. Okay, so if he had sold those Pooh Shiesty mask for $50, if he had sold 100,000, and we know he got more than 100,000 fans, he'd have made $5 million. Got it. They claim Gotti gave him. He could have threw it back in his face and gave him his ass to kiss. $50. Get 100,000 of your fans going from city to city to buy your engraved Pooh Shiesty mask. Then you sign it. You stand out there and sign it. That's why I say, why ain't but you know, ain't nobody gonna teach them that because they want them to stay. They don't want to teach them about numbers and shit like that. He could have made $5 million on his damn own. Because they want them to go sign with a record label so those record labels can rake them over the coals, get them tied up in them slave ass contracts, and the record label own everything, they name and everything. And then the record label go get some Pooh Shiesty mask and put Pooh Shiesty on it and make the damn $5 million. When Pooh Shiesty could have been $5 million of his dollars that ain't nobody he ain't have to run through nobody's hands. Okay. And that's just for the Pooh Shiesty mask. Young Dolph probably would have told him that. He do the Pooh Shiesty mask. And then, if he really would have had his mind right, FDO, first day out, all these Negroes in jail that get out every day, he's supposed to be pandering to their damn women. You need to get your man a FDO shirts. And when them girls who them dudes be making the ass out of to take care of them when they in jail all the time when he got out. Okay, they supposed to been going to the concerts. If he was going and doing the booking shows and shit, you show up with at the concert and get an FDO. My dude get ready to get out next month. We need to get Shiesty to sign that. When they standing outside of that correction center or jail, when they do get out, they got that FDO shirt waiting on him. Because Pooh Shiesty done signed it and everything. He could have charged $100 for that. It's a damn shame that everything God gives these young black men everything that they need, but they have bad counsel. They ain't got nobody telling them nothing. That dude could have been a self-made millionaire. Okay, with his music. And even if he wouldn't have had an urgency for Gucci, he could have waited Gucci on out and could have been making money off of them Pooh Shiesty mask and shit. Especially if he had got him in pink. Pooh Shiesty, all these girls that's out in the street that want to be thugs and shit, he had the girls wearing, and some of the men too, because for some reason now these men like pink. When I was growing up, men didn't wear pink. Okay, that was they didn't wear pink. I'm gonna leave it at that. But he had got a pink mask. Shit, girl, they would have been. He would have had everybody at his concerts. If the girls came out to the concerts with their dudes, the dudes would have had on their mask. The girls would have had on their pink Pooh Shiesty mask. He could have really started. He would have went over $5 million. He would have went over $5 million. Okay. I mean, because you go in how much do you can go in the store if he could have went over to China and copped the mask and got somebody in China to he could have got all of his inventory from China, probably at $1 or $2 a mask or less, probably 50 cents, and sold them for $50. Yep, I'm telling you, FDO first day out, especially if they had been in the feds, them girls would have been standing out there with their Pooh Shiesty shirt. Look, baby, look what I got you. And Shiesty signed did it for you too. And they would have been wearing their FDO first day out for the feds. Okay. And I ain't saying F the feds. I work for the feds. They do me real good. They pay me well. So I could never say F them. But what I'm saying is that's what if they had put that on the shirt, this dude could have made a legit living. Mr. Mark Maxwell says T-shirt would have made him 25 million. I'm telling you, Mr. Mark, you already know what to say. The T-shirts would have made him. That's why God wanted him over there. Shit, I need to go and I wouldn't do Pooh like that. See, his mama need to go do it. His mother need to do that. She need to go and trademark that stuff right now. My boss was with them at FedEx for 2 weeks before Dolph tragedy. Oh wow. At Justice with Dolph, I seen that video, but they don't like each other. Right? They try to say they don't like each other. That's a lie. He wouldn't have been trying to get his son over there on Gotti's label if he didn't like him. Anyway, Sean, I'm getting ready to get off of here. I enjoyed you all tonight. I really had a good time. I thought y'all was gonna constantly call in, but I guess y'all didn't want to call in no more. Y'all, listen. When I get off of live, I turns this phone flat foot off. Okay, so that's why I say to call in right now. Yeah, to call in right now. And if you want to before I get off. Because I really enjoyed y'all tonight. I had a mature crowd of people in here. I even had Cinematic Ken to call in. And everybody was able to respect each other tonight. So I appreciate that. It's always so much better when we can respect each other. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, tonight was a good night. I really appreciate you all. Hold on, you all. Y'all hit the like button for me. Listen, I love you all. I'm going to say a prayer before we get off of here. Dear God, I just thank you for everyone that was on this live. First, God, I ask that you shield and protect each and every one of us. Anyone that was on this live that had a need, that has a need, God, that has a sickness, that has an illness, God, I ask that you touch them right now in the mighty name of Jesus. No weapon formed against any of us shall prosper. Anything, any lying tongue, any evil people that try to rise up against us will be condemned. Any evil thoughts, any curses, any spells, any witchcraft that was spoken out, or any thoughts of witchcraft that was thought up on while we was on this live against any of us, we reverse every curse and send it back to the sender, and may it manifest in their very own lives in less than 30 days. Listen, y'all, it has been an absolute pleasure. I do love you all. Make sure y'all hit the like button. If y'all want to donate to the channel, you can hit up the Cash App or the Super Thanks. I love you all. Talk to you later. Good night.